I've done stuff with Mystery and those other guys too, and
Oh, congrats, man. That's pretty cool.
yeah.
All right, here we go. We're rolling. Can you see us, guys, in the comments? Special show tonight. Real special, right, Eric? Why is that?
Oh,
Not only are you wearing a visor for the first time on Smallmouth Live.
Second.
Oh, shit.
Second. You missed it that first time. We got the recording.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right, man. I had the Avid one on. You asked me what company it was from. What
I
official?
should have worn my visor.
You should have.
Yeah, man.
I went with
like-
I thought you were going to wear a Smallmouth Crush hoodie, Jamie, tonight. That's why I didn't wear mine.
I was going.
I see.
I didn't want to look like a fanboy on here.
Yeah, he's got to wear his own company stuff, man. You wear Monster Bass.
All right, we got Jamie here. Jamie, what's your bait company called?
Samatis baits.
Samatis Baits. There he is.
I guess it all depends on where you're from and how you talk and things like that. So
It sounds like you're from the UP. Do you know where the UP is?
no, Upper Peninsula.
Upper Peninsula. But you're
Is that
not.
what they call it?
Yeah,
Oh.
Upers. No, that's a Wisconsin. Wisconsin has Wisconsin
What,
people,
you
and then you got
betcha?
you got Upers, Upper Michigan.
I never heard that.
Yeah, it's
That's
a whole
cool.
new. It's a whole different dialect, dude. It's like a Boston, Massachusetts accent, but blended
Whoa.
with a Wisconsin accent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there. Hey, we shot that 30-pointer there the other day.
Dare. A lot of
Anyway.
dares. That's pretty good. That was a good one.
Oh yeah, they say that a lot. UP.
UP.
Anyways,
Upper Peninsula.
no, I'm
That's
excited. We had a great show last night. We wanted to bring Jamie on, kind of go through the same deal. I want to learn a little bit more about your company, the background. We're going to talk baits, get into what you got. I know guys are super excited. We got a pretty good record. We got a bunch of viewers on right now, and I'm just trying to catch up on the comments. By the way, Eric, the feedback from last night's show,
Yeah.
unreal. You are like the moderator of the year.
I accept the award. Thank you.
He is pretty good.
I appreciate that, man.
I apologize, guys. It was not my intentions to drain your bank accounts the last week and a half, but we have so much good product that we're talking about. I mean, I spent some money, you know what I mean, this week as well on baits for myself. So I'm not the only one, but man, some people were commenting how they're pretty beat out by these shows, dude. Like their wives are getting pissed off at them. There's, it's not good. So
Yeah, whatever.
it works. It works.
You betcha.
Oh, so you're in Massachusetts, Jamie. What? Why don't you give us a little background on how you got started? Where you? Let's talk about your name. I mean, how did you come up with that name?
So that's my last name, James Samatis. And I was always like a firm believer of if you're gonna have a business, have your name on there. So then, if it does blow up or when it blows up, it's your name's on there.
Sure.
Like Ford,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Some people gave me a hard time because they said, oh, if you're ever going to sell it, you're going to move it, you're going to do this and that, and then you have your name. I said, well, they can either keep the name or pay me a lot of money and move on.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So I started making my own soft plastics probably, I think it was like 2009. I was just fishing, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm one of those guys that always is trying to figure out how things work and how to make things, and I look at it, so I can make that, I can do this. So I just kind of dove in, and it's not like it is today. Today there's a million Facebook pages and just forums galore. There was there was Tackle Underground back then, and a couple other like Bears and things like that, but there's not as many. Nowadays there's way more options. So back then it was kind of like you just went and figured it out. You bought some molds and you did whatever. And first molds I ever got were these cheap, shitty plastic molds. And my wife was we didn't have any kids at the time. My wife was working nights. I decided I was going to cook the plastic right in the microwave of the house. I had no idea. So I throw it in there. I fucking scorch it. The house is smoked out.
Really?
I still don't. She probably is going to watch this and find out. I don't think I ever told her.
Oh, no.
It was disaster. Burnt shit everywhere. I had no idea. I finally got it cleared out. Got some more cooked. It was these cheap plastic molds. They blew apart. I'm like burning myself. I'm like, what the hell? This sucks. So I was like, man, I'm gonna start hand pouring some things. Got some silicone molds, hand pouring, couple of aluminum molds, and then it just kind of grew from there. But then I got to a point where it was like I was kind of spinning my wheels, and it was kind of should have get off the pot. It's time to make a real move. You want to make any sort of real money, you're going to need the right equipment. So, and I know what it's like. I see all these guys all over, and everyone has like a bait business, and everyone wants to make baits, but you can't make money just spinning your wheels, not being able to produce enough bait in that amount of time. You know what I mean? You'd have to be selling for $50 a pack in order to make some money.
Sure.
So I think it was 3 years ago now, I decided to, invest some real money. I went down south. I bought a pneumatic, commercial production injection machine. Got some production molds cut. And that's when I kind of took the real dive in, to make some, a lot of people say it's not about the money, but yeah, they're lying. I mean? It's obviously you want to make money while you're doing it and still make product you like, you know what I mean? So I went down, bought that, and just kind of been rolling ever since. It was a big investment. Obviously, the wife's like, "Hey, hope you know what you're doing."
Yeah. And
I've since made all that money back plus, and we're rolling pretty good. This is a second job for me. Doesn't make it any less important. I still, I give this probably more time. Unfortunately, hopefully my other work isn't watching. No, I pour my heart and soul into this, and I try to make the best products I can.
Sure.
I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel either. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys. I'm gonna be like game changer. Like I don't believe that. I really believe this. You can make a good product, make a solid product, still without there's only so many shapes you can make, right? And after a while, you kind of run out of shapes.
Sure.
So we try to make a solid product. We use we make a lot of like natural looking colors, and it even says on a package, tried and true, because it's what it is.
So when did you sell your first pack of baits to a stranger? Like what year was that?
It was actually I kind of remember like it was yesterday. I think it was like it was right after I started making them. I had one 4-cavity like Senko mold, and the bait sucked. I was like overcooking the plastic. One had a ton of salt, the next one had none, and it was this kid, I can't remember his name, but he found me. I was on Twitter, and I started posting these things, and this guy sends me money for baits, and I was like, holy shit. Like
that felt good.
I'm like, this is pretty cool, I'm like,
yeah.
And then that was it. And there was a lull between that and to where we are today. I mean, there was a point of time where it was like, whatever, I made some stuff, I throw it in there. I had a couple small tackle shops that like, I made a mistake when I was younger of like putting it in like consignment. And just that's stupid. I put it in there just because I was like, oh man, this guy wants to put my stuff on his shelf. I'm gonna throw this all up there. And I sold some there, not a ton. And then I got, I just kept going until I got to the point where I am today.
Sure.
It was a slow and steady build.
How long did it take you to work out like proper formulations, proper salt? Just getting it down on the QC, because that's tough, right? Consistency in product in plastics.
Well, so I had to go from making batches in literally a 1-cup Pyrex,
unbelievable,
to mixing 5-gallon buckets to drop into the pots.
Sure.
And so it's just simple math though. It's like, oh, you get this, that, and you go from doing drops in the plastic to now I just everything gets weighed.
So you got your recipes down, you got your cookbooks. I mean, essentially, right?
Yeah, actually, most of my cookbooks are right in my head. You know what I mean? So I don't. I try to just remember everything, and I write a lot of stuff down, especially new stuff.
It's like Colonel Sanders' recipe, dude. Man, when you go, it goes. What?
Well, that'll be it. Maybe I'll leave it to my son if he wants it. I don't know.
47 herbs and spices in those stick baits, bro. I mean, come on, man. That's why they get bit.
Hey, yeah. One of our regulars, Jamie Juice Newton, goes, jumped on late. What is the correct I can't even say it.
Pronunciation
of his name. And I want to hear that backstory. You talked about getting yelled at. So you were actually in the military, correct? Or was?
I was in the Army, and
okay.
It's
Thank
funny.
You for your service, man.
Yeah, not a problem. So my last name has been butchered my whole life. People call me Smartass.
Me too, buddy.
Samatis. So I was in the Army. I was in basic training. I remember this drill sergeant screaming in my face, and And I think I corrected him and told him my last name was Samatis. And he's like, Samatis, Praying Mantis, I don't give a fuck what your name is, private. And, that was it. After that,
hit the floor and give me 20.
I said, I guess I don't give a fuck what my name is either. Whatever, it is what it is. And,
listen, and I hated picking on you, when we were talking about your names in the past, but I want to just tell you a quick story, okay? And this is the truth. So you sent me a bunch of baits last, I think it was midsummer last year. Great baits. I was planning on making a video, and I'm catching some smallmouth on them. And now it's to the point where I have to talk about the bait company, right?
Oh, God.
And so, on camera, because I didn't know. I thought it was Samatis, right?
Whatever.
I know, but I'm calling it Samatis Baits. I get back in the studio, and I'm doing my videos, and I realize, I'm like, I better double check if I'm saying it right. I had to Google on YouTube, found one of the videos you have up there, and the name was wrong, so I couldn't even produce the video, and I felt like a dickweed. So there's my story about it.
Listen, we can do a double of like the the old karate movies when he does like Up on the Hill.
Right there you go.
We do that a lot on this show. The streams are like unsynced. I'll be like doing Max Headroom and stuff. It gets crazy.
Yeah,
right.
No, that's
crazy,
great.
man.
That's great. No, I just wanted to share that. So let's get into the meat and potatoes here. What is what if you would say your customers, your main customers, what is the number one bait that you sell right now, or that you really like, or that is like what you're known for?
I think I sell a ton of these mostly. I mean, that's our drop shot bait, the one you have there.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we saw a lot of everything.
Sure.
And we kind of hit everything. Everything you need, really. I mean, smallmouth, you can catch largemouth drop shot in two, but we have a lot of trailers, a lot of different craws, and we can kind of go down the lineup.
Sure. Are your customers like your main? Is it obviously for that bait? I'm sure you're getting a lot of smallmouth guys, right? In the northeast part of the country or the Great Lakes area.
Yeah, Champlain, things like that.
Yep. Okay.
And so it was that bait, and then this bait here were our first two designs of our production molds. And we have to kind of be, picky when we're getting a production mold cut. We're looking at anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000, sometimes more for that, mold.
Mm-hmm.
Big aluminum mold, water cooled.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch more ideas, a ton of stuff on paper that we're always, I'm always doodling, trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. But
sure.
We have a lot on our plate, or I have a lot on my plate right now. So I'm not looking to, just add something just to add it.
Mm-hmm. And they want to know what was the name of that drop shot bait you were just talking about? And
that's
Samatis shot.
The Samatis shot. So I used my name, which maybe is even more confusing. Now I used it in a lot of the baits, like you get the Crawmatis, the Samatis shot, the Craymatis 3.5.
I need you to bring out a praying mantis, Samatis.
Yes.
Samatis praying mantis.
Just for that drill sergeant back in the day, man. Let's just do that for him. And I got your bait, buddy.
That's funny.
Then we have the Samastic, which is basically our Senko. But we offer this in two types. So that one's salted, so it sinks like a Senko. It actually sinks just a little faster. It's got a ton of movement when it's falling. Weight, no weight on there, I think. And then we also shoot it with no salt, and we have some other stuff we use in that.
Don't sleep on that floater, everybody that's listening, man. I want to hear why you poured a salted stick bait and no salt in a stick bait. You don't find that often, right? Because everybody's Yamamoto Senko.
Oh, right.
Let's talk about that.
There's plenty of ways to fish it, and plenty of times when you'd want a bait that has no salt in it. We cut these down and we fish them on a Ned.
Perfect. Right. So now you got a dual purpose bait, right?
Right. Guys fish them on a shaky head. We have an offset. We have an offset Ned head that you can fish them on too.
I love it. Can you hold that? This is a really important point, and I talk about this a lot. It goes back to hook theory. I want to see the bite on that bait. That looked like a good one. I think the hook point rides above slightly the head. Can you hold that sideways? No, the actual EW.
Oh, this one here?
Yeah. I want to see that. Yeah, man, that's proper. Guys, see how the hook point is above the head? That'll let you get a better hook set. I love that. Thank you. I
So
hate
that's
makers make it in line with the head.
yeah.
Not
So
enough fight.
those are actually all of our Neds we have. They're currently out of stock right now. They're all tungsten. We obviously don't make tungsten in house.
Sure.
But the floating worm, I mean, it's like you were saying, a lot of people do sleep on it. Like, oh, there's no salt. You need salt, but you don't. Not when you're fishing it that sort of way. You know what I mean? There's so many different applications.
100%. I think when you're throwing it on a shaky head, let's say, right?
Yeah.
You're getting that stand-up action, because if you're throwing a salted stick bait,
it's just going to lay down.
It's just going to lay down. And there are some days where they want it on the bottom. There's some days where they're going to want it standing up. But right. I think more often than not, they want that off.
The way I look at it is now we have two, one mold, two different baits.
Right on.
And it just, and everybody, it is what it is. Everyone knows. It's like you said, some day you want to stand up, some days you want it to lay down. So
that's exactly
we
right.
like to give you the option. A lot of people, hey, how come you don't sell a smaller version instead of us cutting it down? Well, I can, and then I'll charge you the same money, and then you're getting more bait. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because really you're getting like a little bit bigger than one of those small TRDs.
Right.
You cut it in half, and then you're getting a finesse TRD off the back end. And by the way, it doesn't matter which end you use; they bite it.
Right?
They do. They'll bite it.
What I do is I actually fish it, as a whole, and then I'll save it, cut it, throw it over there, and then rig it up. So you you're definitely gonna get more fish out of it, more use out of it.
Yep.
I do have a video. I don't have it here handy with me, obviously, but I've posted it. I sent it to Travis too about with the floating one. And you can't lay that thing down. You literally, I'm taking it and I'm trying to get that thing to lay flat, and it just jumps back up.
Pop up. It's that secondary action. We talked about it last night. Really hard to find a floating stick bait unless you're going to a custom route. I love that you got that in your lineup, and your colors are dynamite. So I'll be placing an order on the floating, man. You don't hear a lot of people talking about that. I'm really happy to see that. It's a heads up play in my book.
Yeah, I just thought it was a no-brainer to add both of them in there because they both have their place.
They absolutely do. Right on.
Another bait that we just started shooting the end of last year is our chunk bait, which is just an OG. You got your flipping blue, just chunk bait, and we went to that just for it's one of those baits that a ton of people throw in their jig. A lot of people say it's just a cold water bait, but that's not true. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
I know I've been beaten by guys that are fishing it in June and July. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was another design. Again, we went with kind of like a tried and true shape. You can't really beat a chunk trailer. A lot of people see them, believe it or not, when I'm doing like these shows and whatnot, and they're like, "What's this?" Like, especially younger kids too. They have no idea.
Yeah,
they're so used to this like super realistic. It's gonna jump out at you craw, where you see the chunk is just so simple. It's been around forever, but
yeah, boys,
there
it is, man.
I found some of those in the boat.
Oh, dude.
Sealed up. I got like 3 jars of them sealed.
I love it, man. The old pork frog, dude. I mean, how many bass fell to the old pork frog? Simple. It's just got that lazy action, supernatural, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not all kooky and crazy, easy. It's not like pinchers. I love it.
We that bait and our Samatis shot are the only two. I know you were talking about those trays that Hunter uses in his packaging. Those are the only 2 that we package in those trays. So,
okay.
Travis got an old pack when they were just kind of thrown in there.
Oh, nice.
That's what they look like now. You know what I mean? When you open them up, they sit in there nice. They don't get banged up. That was the biggest complaint I had was without having those in the tray is the tail, how it has that T on the end of it.
Yeah.
It kind of gets folded over on itself, and like you were saying yesterday, you really shouldn't have to have the customers boil their baits to have them straighten out.
Yeah, right.
Our other baits, we are able to package them without those trays, but still have them sit nice and neat. And,
right.
Those and the chunks we had to put in those trays too, because they're just weird. They don't sit right. Like if they fall over, they're all bent and distorted. So you got to make sure you keep those nice.
Sure.
The other let's see, what else we have for baits? Oh, we have a bunch of baits. So the next 3 baits I'm going to show you, these are all old Wave, designs. So anyone that's familiar with Wave, they used to make like the tiki stick, tiki lobster, all those deal. So we were able to get a good deal on all the production molds and on all 3 sizes of the different craws. So that's the 3.5. So the 3.5, we actually shoot that in our soft formula.
Oh, you got 2 different formulas.
Yes, we don't. So some of our stuff we shoot, and it's a little heavier, a little tougher. It's like a medium. So something like this would be shot in that. The bigger, the bigger, the 4.5, we shoot in that. And the reason for that is most of the time those are being fished as trailers. So you're not like super concerned with, hey,
Sure.
that thing needs to, when you have a floating worm or you have a drop shot bait, you want that thing to sit up nice in the water column. The chunk as well, we shoot that in our medium. And this bait here is a dynamite bait, just on the Ned. Cut it down just a hair, fish this thing on the Ned, thing's dynamite. That and Nico rig.
Oh yeah. Oh really?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought the Nico that, man.
Little weight on the in the tail there.
Mm-hmm.
Put a nice hook in the body, and those ones all float though. So if you throw those in the tank, you lose them. They're gonna float right back to the top. You can go over and grab them.
That's pretty cool.
But like I was saying, at the bigger ones, like our 4.5. I don't know if you can see that there.
Yeah. Yep. Nice June bug.
And then this one here is our slobster. That's the big.
Dude, we got to talk about that, man.
The big one. We'll get to that in a second.
I can't wait. I'm drooling.
Those ones we shoot in a little heavier plastic, a little stronger. Because again, you're going to be fishing those on just, weighted applications for the most part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the claws will still posture up. You know what I mean? If you're throwing them on a jig, if you're fishing the right jig, the thing's it'll stand up and look nice.
Yeah, man. I love that swirl color you got right there. That was nice.
Yeah, we shoot a lot. Actually, we do a lot of either solids and flakes. We do some laminates, and we do a lot of swirls. I think swirls just like a really natural look. Like
Agreed.
You go grab something out of the water. There's not perfect lines on it. You know what I mean? It's funny because I actually have like racks I'm looking at right now, and it's like I have stuff that's good, and then I have stuff that when we're changing the color on the machines, you got to push out whatever's left in there. So there's say you're shooting like black and blue, and then you go to shoot a green pumpkin something, you might have some that has like some blue in it.
Yeah.
And sometimes they come out kind of funky, and I have guys that actually they're like, man, Jamie, I want those.
Sure.
Like these are like awesome. Like let me get in. And then they're like, can I get more of these? I'm like, oh, that was kind of just like a one-time deal,
Right.
I sell them, and guys who want them, or like on Facebook stuff like that, push them out there, or I fish them myself. Sometimes it happens, and you go like, man, all right, yeah, I gotta remake that because that thing was awesome.
I love it. Mistake colors can be good.
It's definitely a good way to learn to, you can make some new colors that way easily.
So you tournament fish too, it sounds like.
Nothing. I'm not, I fish some opens. I used to be in the club, and, I fish some opens and things like that. And a lot of fun fish, a lot of fun fishing,
Right on.
Tournament fishing's fun, when you have the time. It's just my biggest thing is if I don't have the time to go and put in and pre-fish and do all, you just got to go donate. You know what I mean? It's
right on.
Because usually the guys are there, either live on the lake or they go and they spend all the time, and they, if I don't have the time to put in and figure out what I'm going to be doing and how to make it happen, it's really not worth it to me. Although it's still fun, but.
Sure.
Travis, you might have to come in, man. I'm lagging apparently right now.
No, I don't think so.
They're behind. Okay, I'm good again.
Yeah, you're good on my end.
Right on.
Oh,
man.
yeah. The screen here is lagging on my end. But
is it? Uh-oh.
I just see it. It looks like it's buffering.
You guys look good on my side, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We don't need the crowd.
So let's talk before we get any further, because I got a bunch of comments here. We need to know how to get to your website if you want to talk about that. What's the best way to buy the baits? And they're asking for a discount code, dude. I'm sorry. Every night it happens.
So actually, you don't even need a discount code. Right now, I got a deal going on. You go on there and you buy any soft plastics, They're buy one pack, get the second pack 75% off.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
And no code. You just go in there, just enter, start shopping, whatever you want. Go to the checkout and look at it, and it'll automatically update. So it's you're getting baits at like basically it's like $3 and some change or something like that, or $3 a pack, and
sure,
prices you don't really even see at like Walmart. So
gotcha.
Dang, that's dynamite, man.
Perfect. It's crazy. So people are saying some of us we're all good.
We're all good.
And some are saying we're lagging bad. So I don't know. I can't please everybody.
I think right now, it's oh well, yeah, man.
It's a half and half.
Man.
Sorry, guys.
Do, man?
Listen, yes, buy one get one, 75% off. That's a sweet deal if you want to check out those baits. If you haven't used them before, why wouldn't you pick up a couple packs to try them out? You know what I mean? So
we also, not to cut you off, Travis. I don't. So we do carry jigs. We got.
Let's talk about those jigs.
Quite the assortment on the website. So we have a couple different head designs. We have the your Aki head.
Yep, traditional. Yep.
We offer this in a 3/8 in a half ounce. The 3/8 has a 4/0 heavy wire Gamakatsu. The half ounce has a 5/0 heavy wire Gamakatsu. My biggest pet peeve is you get a jig and it's got like this, pardon my French, this pussy hook. It's
Dude.
like, when I'm throwing a jig, like I just want to jack them and not have to worry about the hook.
Dude, I love that you use Gamakatsus. Thank you.
It's
my favorite.
It's a great hook,
100%.
The other head we have is it's called the rocker head.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one has a little wire keeper on there too. I don't know if you can see that. We offer them in lead and tin bismuth because in basically I think all of New England now. I know Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine, you can't fish lead. Apparently it was killing all the loons.
Unless you're Travis.
Well, listen, I'm gonna fish whatever I want to fish.
Don't admit it on camera.
What happens? I'm not obviously not from that area.
No one's ever even asked me.
Sure.
Oh, so I've had a tournament on Champlain in Vermont when a DNR, I don't know if that's what you call them there or not, came up to my boat, and luckily I wasn't drop shotting or doing anything like that. I was just starting out in the day. I think I had a jerkbait, but he asked if I was using lead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where were you again, Travis?
Champlain on the Vermont side.
On the Vermont side.
So is Vermont lead free? I didn't know that.
He asked me.
It's got to be then.
Of course, I'm going to cooperate and say, no, sir. I have not used lead.
Did he say put your mask on?
So wait a minute. Do they actually make a tin drop shot? Bismuth?
Yes.
Really?
They make everything. So basically what it is, though.
Who makes that, though? Like a tin drop shot or a tin.
We had them. We were carrying them for a while. I just, I don't know.
Nobody bought them.
Yeah,
I got you.
I fish them.
So I and somebody told me where to find them, by the way. So if you're a split shotter, the guys that really were into split shotting from like California, some of the guys that kind of pioneered it and like really came up with the subtleties of split shotting. Yeah. It's a super subtle technique, right? I mean, for pressured fish, they would pour their own shot and they'd pour a higher content of tin in it so that when you're split shotting along rock and gravel, that lead is soft and it's going to, if you're going through a crack, it's going to stick right in and kind of dig in and bend the lead. But the tin was harder, so it would snag less. Yeah. So you spend more time fishing than being snagged up with a higher tin content. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool.
Tin bismuth is definitely more expensive.
Sure. By a factor of what? Like twice as expensive?
Yeah, not quite twice.
But that's a lot to pay for, lead.
Yeah. Well, and then so I carry lead jigs still, and people are like, oh, so you can sell it in mass. You just can't fish it. Now I get guys that buy stuff, Texas, all like out down south, out west. I'm like, I'm not gonna just have tin bismuth jigs. Although I have had guys from areas that don't need to fish tin bismuth buy tin bismuth jigs. And
so is the tin bismuth head larger than the lead head?
No, so it's actually the same exact size, but
really,
there's a but.
I want to know about
tin bismuth. These molds that these are made in, they're made for lead. So my half ounce is really, a hair lighter than a half ounce.
I got you.
So there are times when I want to fish my 3/8 tin bismuth if I want like a lighter jig.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So if I'm looking to throw something a little lighter, I'll throw that 3/8.
So how much harder is that tin than the lead? A lot or a little bit?
It's a little. I don't know. I just noticed. I can notice the weight difference for sure.
I got you.
I mean, tin bismuth. Your paint chips a hell of a lot easier.
Interesting.
The melting point is, way less.
Interesting.
A buddy of mine and him and I were just messing around making some Ned heads. You put them in the toaster oven. Literally, like we turn around talking to each other, look back, and it's fucking just hooks hanging. We're like, oh shit.
I did that with some plastic bait. So I had the bright idea that, I read an article and they said if you put your plastic worms that have holes in them in the toaster oven for just a brief, a little bit of time, you're good. It'll melt them back in. So I got some Zooms and I put them in the toaster oven, but I was using Riverside Real Crawl, which is oil based. Dude, I turned my back and the toaster was on fire when I turned around, man. Wow. I had the same thing. Oh, the kitchen smelled the high. I got some heat from my wife, man. That's the last time I tried that crazy chick. Did not work. No, don't do that at home. Anyway, there you go.
I think, is it Don Iovino? He makes that, or he had remember that welder?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be to fix your baits or whatever.
I got one of them. It worked.
Yeah, I think that was his.
It worked. It definitely worked, man. Yeah. You could repair swim baits and plastic worms. It didn't work if you had an oil-based product that you were putting on it. You know what I mean?
That's got to be really in a pinch. You're on them and it's your last worm and they're only eating that. And you got, other than that, it's go to the store or go wherever and buy some more.
Yeah.
We make our all of our products. We don't put salt in anything except our sinking stick, and the reason for that is just because salt and baits, they just break down that much easier. You go through that many more baits. It's salt's cheaper than plastic.
Yeah,
so it's a filler. That's how it all started.
Interesting, huh? Hey, somebody asked a question about the Gamakatsu hook. Is that the 594 that you use in your jig? I know that's a technical question.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even know.
I honestly, I don't know. I know it's an awesome hook.
Yeah. Is that like a medium gauge wire, or would you call it more
wire?
Heavy wire? Okay, so you can flip with it. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. It's stout.
You could pull Travis's truck in with it.
What about your what about your little Ned? That's funny. What about your Ned hook? Is that Agami too, or another brand?
No, it's another brand. It's a Mustad. It's a
Mustad.
Yeah, but it's a pretty stout hook. I have.
Oh, I love Mustads, man. Mustads.
It's not going to bend out we actually had one manufacturer making some for us before, and the hooks. I caught fish on them. I caught a couple big largemouth on them just because they were wet noodles coming in. But if you have any semi-aggressive smallmouth eat that thing on those light hooks, they just ruin them.
Yeah.
Pinch them closed. You know what I mean?
I got you.
This one here is definitely heavier. You know what I mean? But you don't. I don't know. My theory is you don't want a super heavy hook on your net, anyways. You know,
I would agree.
You gotta fish the right setup, and
What sizes does that come in?
So we have it in. I think we have them in 1/6 and 1.
So you're doing them kind of like the
1/5 and 1/6, and they both and they all have the 2/0.
Okay, and they're made out of tungsten.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. I hope you get them back in stock soon, man. Because I want to try some of those.
They should be, really soon.
We had a couple questions. When will the money color be back in stock?
So before the show came on, somebody went on there and cleared me out. We got to shoot, pretty big order here coming up for Monster Bass. They're going to be the baits will be in there. Not that color, but once we're done cooking on that thing, we'll jump on there. And I sold a ton of those. I don't know what else to say. That people like that color a lot.
Also, let's talk about that lobster. People were asking about hook size for the lobster, and I'm a big bait guy.
First of all,
big baits get big.
Eric,
bites. Are you moderating tonight?
Well,
go ahead.
No, I need to know what was the idea behind that, where you're going to throw that, what situations you throw that bait, what colors it comes in. I need to know everything you know about that bait right now.
So
that's where I was going, bro. Good job.
I'll tell you right now. We had we were offered the 3.5 and the 4.5, and I'm like, these are great baits. Like, I can sell these baits. People are gonna love them. Then I knew the 7-inch was kicking around, and it was either I buy it or someone else buys it. And so I pulled the trigger and cut a check for it just to have it, because now I have the full lineup. You know what I mean? And I know I've actually the show last year at Boxborough, I sold out of all but one color. And then the next show I did a few weeks later, I sold out of the rest I had there, and I actually had to shoot green pumpkin in between.
Unbelievable.
I know there's a lot of people who tell me they fish them on a Ona 11-aught oversized worm hook.
Wow. That's a big hook.
I've personally cut them down and fished them on the back of jigs as like an oversized trailer.
How about on the back of a mop jig?
Yeah,
with that big rubber.
Right. That's where I think
that's the perfect mop jig trailer.
Right.
Oh shit. Ding.
Steve Kennedy bought some at the show. He talked my ear off about them. He loved them. He didn't buy them. I gave him some, obviously, because it was Steve Kennedy. And he was pumped about him. And I'm a terrible salesman. Like, I hate trying to sell you things because I don't want to sound cheesy. I don't want to sound pushy. I just want, if you want to buy it, buy it. If you like it, great, awesome. The product should sell itself. So just buy it, try it out. So he came over, was talking my ear off about it, and I was kind of like, I was pretty pumped. I'm not going to lie, because I never pushed it. And it's funny because all of our baits are in this packaging except that, because we don't have a bag made for it. So it's just basically a clear bag sitting on the rack. Looks like super ghetto, just sitting there with a sticker on it. And out of everything I had that looked beautiful, he went up and grabbed that and was like,
sleeper.
He loves it. Man, I love this. Man, I love it. And he actually, he was fishing it on a swim jig.
Whoa!
That's
Stop
Steve
the
Kennedy
presses.
for you.
That's isn't it though? He's
right.
Wow. He's odd, man. I like it.
And he he cashed a check in the St. John's fishing that thing. So
that's crazy, man. So people want to know if you're. This is back to jigs, and then Travis might want to go back to the lobster. They want to know if they're hand tied or just regular banded skirts.
They just banded. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm a believer. If you're worrying about the band rotting off, you're not fishing enough jigs. They shouldn't be in your boat that long.
Truth. Okay. Oh, that's funny, man.
So Eric, getting back to that bait, Eric, what applications can you see?
So we talked about that a moment ago. So immediately he said jig trailer, but then I stepped it up to a mop jig. Right. So the mop jig is a massive jig, and I've yet to find a trailer bait that just steps it up to that next level, right? I mean, you can put a lizard on the mop jig, but I want a crawl. I want that thing looking big. So that would be a great application. I mean,
just dragging it around.
Right? I mean, Texas rig, man, a wobble head. It's just a monster bait for a bigger bite. I mean, I like throwing big baits. I like throwing bigger crankbaits. Everybody's got a 1.5 on. Everybody's got a 3-inch crawl on. Chuck a big bait for a bigger bite. So for that kicker fish at the right time, big baits, you don't see a lot of them. Yeah, giant Senkos, 10 inches, 12-inch worms. There's a lot of theory on bigger bites, and bigger baits.
I can catch a big ass smallmouth on that bait. I guarantee it.
Oh wow! Yeah, right.
Drop shot on 4 pound.
I love it.
No, the first time we were selling these at a show, we were right next to Bull Shed, and it's because his booth was just lit up, just people everywhere. So guys that couldn't get up or guys that finished over there, they made their way around, and all these swim bait guys are seeing this giant craw. Like, oh, dude, big bait! I love big bait, swim baits, craw. So they stopped buying them up too,
Right.
Definitely grabs your attention.
What were you thinking about throwing it on, Travis?
Well, honestly, I was not really joking when I said I could crack some big smallmouth on that bait.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. I see that as more of a, as funny as it sounds, a finesse big presentation. No, hear me out, right? I'm talking like 1/8 ounce bullet weight, Eric. Big ass weight, and just pitching the grass holes, letting it float down there. It's buoyant, right? There's a lot of buoyancy, obviously, in that bait. And you just shake it in place. You know what I mean? I mean, that's how I see it. I'm visualizing, like, even during the spawn, dude, those big bass are going to pick that bait up. Guaranteed.
You'd think, right? They want to crush it.
It's just big. It's probably antagonizing, just sitting there.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Or, how about our theory when you're looking to piss a fish off on a bed and you throw a big-ass bait in there? Whether they grab it or not, they're going to take notice of that bait.
It get them fired up. I mean, you've seen me throw swim baits in beds, and man, I mean, they get pissed off. I mean, you bang them with that, you let it sit in the nest, they're going to nip at it, and they're just fired up the more angry they get, and then you pitch your bait in, which are just going to slurp down. That's a great way to fire a fish up, no question. I can see it as a 1-2 punch, no doubt.
Definitely.
I'd like to flip that thing around big fish, big fish areas. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But especially on the back of a mop jig. I think that might be the number one thing in my brain right now. It's hard to find a big trailer that'll stand up to that mop jig. I've tried packer craws, but they're hollow bodied. They don't stay on, that it's got some action, but that's that massive piece of plastic on the back. Then you've got this giant package. We're talking about, over 5, perhaps a double digit, because they just don't see stuff like that, right? That's what's on my mind. How about your stick bait? I see that stick bait. Is it tapered, like bigger at the end than it is at the front?
Yeah, so it's...
So let me see the shape of that.
Oh, shit.
It's got some ribs, right?
The Marla Magic color in the shot just sold out, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, geez, already.
Yeah.
You got any more in stock there? Did you hear what he said, Jamie? Jamie, what sold out, Travis?
Let me look at the color. Marla Magic, is that a color you have?
We had it on there. It must be sold out now.
Yeah, it's gone.
Gone already.
That one there is like a very, very lightish yellow kind of pumpkin on top with a blue belly. Yeah,
I like that BC special color. You got a little blue haze going on top of the claws. That's nice.
Yeah,
it's like a green pumpkin blue, right?
Yeah, it's got a.
Can you show? Do you have access? Can you grab some of these colors just so we can look at them?
I'm looking at them at the website right now. It's kind of cool.
I know, but
yeah. What do you want to see?
I want to see your top selling colors. Top 5.
So I might have some of them right in front of me.
Perfect.
Yeah, those special run colors for the Cray Mattis were hot.
That color sells a ton of. That's our perch color.
Ooh.
Okay.
See that?
Yep.
This color I think you have. This is our Gobi color. It's like a brown pumpkin. It's got a gold, purple, and black flake in there.
Yep.
Nice.
This is Holy Smoke. So it's like a smoke with like a gold and black.
Dude, that's nice. You get 15 baits for $6.99. So you're buying one BOGO 75% off.
The other one's like $1.75 for the pack.
Dude, that's crazy. That's like, I'm trying to do the math. That's $7.75 for 30 baits. Holy, oh man, that's money.
Gobi.
What is that?
What do you call that?
What is that?
That's the money color.
That's 30. That's 30 right there.
Why didn't you send me that color?
Didn't really I know who you were yet.
I know.
I have this other color that we were kind of messing around with, and we didn't really like it, but that's.
Oh, I like the two-tone.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
That's like a shaddy color, man. I'd use that on my rivers.
It's cool. I fish it. I got a bunch of guys who came in and grabbed some runners that just wanted to use it, but we didn't have. I might have. Let me see. I think I might have a couple Mala's Magic kicking around. That's my dog, by the way. That's
really.
Yeah. She looks nothing like the bait. So
I'd like to see that color, man. Let's see that color.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. We'll be here. We'll be here when you get back.
All right.
I'm just going to type up, go to the website, and it is buy one pack.
Get one 75% off. Mala.
That's pretty crazy.
30 baits for $7.75.
Yeah.
What did you have rigged up in your tank, Travis?
That was a shot.
That was it.
Let me bring the camera
shot?
over. Yeah, let me bring the camera over to it.
So this is the Mala's Magic here.
Oh yeah, that's got that bluish kind of belly with. It's like an IU kind of color, right?
Yeah, it's like a yellowy kind of amber top.
Yep.
It's like a super light, like brown pumpkin almost.
That's nice.
The problem with baits like this one and even the money, like some of them are really tough to get good pictures on the website. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
why I like having them. Being able to do shows and having them there, and guys can actually hold them and look at
Sure,
it.
they can see them. Yeah.
So what I like about I'm showing your drop shot bait in the tank right now. What I like about this, so I'm a crosstail fan, shad somewhat, but when you stop movement, that bait's going to just lay on the bottom, unlike yours, it floats straight up. You know
Right,
what I
and
mean?
move that bait, lift it up like you're doing the drop again. That thing moves backwards.
Yes, it does. Yep.
That's
So-
crazy.
Funny story about the crosstail shad. So obviously that bait, kind of similarities.
Yeah.
When I first went down to shoot that mold, the guy who built my machine, a friend of mine, he's a friend of mine now, Steve, he's friends with Koda Kiriyama. And
Get out.
so he's like, the other guy's, one of Steve's buddies might stop by today, right? So we're shooting this bait. Koda comes in. He introduced himself, super nice guy. Him and his wife are there, wicked nice people. And then he's like, I want a lot of money on that bait. And I'm like, I'm just shaking my head. I go, listen. And he goes, no. He goes, honestly, he's like, it's cool. He's like, it's a really cool bait. You added the ribs. And he actually, I first time shooting that mold, I shot some for him and gave them to him. And he was
That's funny, man. That's
but
funny.
I'm like, of all people to be in the same shop as me on this one, there's three of us in there, and it's him. Like I feel like it was a setup.
That's very funny, man. I can't believe that. That's crazy.
I had some other baits here that I'm not selling, but I just like to kind of show them off because I think they're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just, at the end of the day, I still just like making, baits.
Right back.
I like hand pouring. A lot of guys ask guys on different forums and stuff, especially young kids looking to get into bait making. And I'm like, start hand pouring. Just learn about the plastic and what it does, and it makes cool stuff hand pouring. It's just like
Any new baits on the horizon?
We want to come out with a swim bait. We just don't know what we want.
I gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. Of course. How long does it take you to develop a bait and get it out to the market?
So it all depends. You know what I mean? I have a very good relationship with my mold maker, and the design team and everything. So if we write that check, we can get things rolling.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. But I just don't know. I love a Kitech. I think Kitech, they make great baits. There's a ton of great swim baits out there.
Yeah, right.
And that's the problem. So I don't want to have, I could have a Kitech type mold made tomorrow.
Sure.
I don't want that. You know what I mean?
Right on.
I just don't know what I want.
Right. I gotcha.
We're talking about a flipping bait too. Some sort of
very nice.
like beaver style bait or things like that.
I want to hear about the shape of that craw. It's your trailer, not the small one, not the chunk. It's called the Samatis 2.0.
This one.
Yeah, man. Tell me about the action if I'm flipping or swimming. What's that going to be doing? Is that going to be doing this?
Yeah, so your legs are these legs here, the claws, they just kick back and forth.
Okay.
It has an outer edge on it too.
I see it. Yep.
That's not your final edge. This is your new final edge.
Okay.
A lot of guys fish these on, swim jigs, chatterbaits, just a regular, just a flipping jig, Texas rig it, punch it.
Yep.
There's possibilities are really endless.
Yeah. No, that's a good looking bait.
Right now, we only have that in 3 colors. That brown pumpkin swirl.
We have great one right there.
We have it like black and blue.
Gotta have it.
Then we just have your standard green pumpkin.
Jamie,
I think
do you know how long
3 ones you need?
Do you know how long your current sale is going to go on? Guys are saying that a lot of the baits colors that they want are cleaned out already.
You just follow us on social media. We kind of throw them up and they come down, and just that's one of the benefits of following us on social media. And this won't be the last sale we ever have. You know what I mean? We're always just throwing things out there.
Right.
We're able to, we're able to name all of our prices and make things affordable and run sales like this because we manufacture everything in house. We don't have to buy it. We don't have to have someone shoot it for us, have it sent overseas or anything else like that. We can shoot it there, keep our costs down, and then pass them on to the customers. So
made in America. So I see you offer manufacturing services. So if Smallmouth Crush wanted to come out with a line of baits,
absolutely,
he could hire you to do it. Travis,
I would shoot.
Your top idea. What's going on in your brain? Let's talk about. Hey, I got an idea.
I know you do,
dude. Oh, I got an idea for a plastic bait. So I'm kind of a little bit of a bait hack. Like I like to tinker.
Yeah.
Right. So that little welder you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take pieces of different baits and weld them on to other baits. And so I've got a split shot rig bait that I've been dying. I can't, I would like make 6 before a tournament. It'd take me I'd be down in the lab, slicing off 2 little appendages, putting them on so anyway, I've got this bait. I'd like to know that if we were going to bring it out, to shoot a production mold that could handle big runs, approximately. We can talk offline. We have to talk about it tonight.
Yeah.
I've got the design. I've thrown it a bunch. I stopped throwing it because I got too tired of making it. I was thinking about pouring my own, then I'm like, no way, man. I've got, too much junk. I'm not going to heat up plastic in the kitchen, and pour baits in the kitchen, right? Yeah, so, but it's been a dream of mine to actually make that bait and make it, Anyway.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
I want to make it happen, man.
Epic Eric split shot. I don't even know. Samatis. He's got to have my name in there somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah, no, we actually
Smallmouth Crush approved, but it's got to be Smallmouth Crush approved, right? It's got to be a collaboration.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because Travis has his own ideas. You know what I mean?
Do you have an official stamp over there that you throw in the packages?
We're going to be coming out with that. Yes. So that's my deal, Jamie. If you've watched my stuff. I don't want to be tied down to one bait manufacturer. I think there's a lot of bait manufacturers out there that make awesome product. And what I hate about this industry the most is the guys that are sponsored by this company and all they talk about. And I got buddies, man. Let's say you have a good friend or a buddy that's sponsored by Megabass. They make great baits, but when they're going to come on your show and talk or do any of the seminars, it's always about Megabass or whoever they're sponsored by. And that's nobody watching this runs one line of bait. Whether it be a hard bait, a plastic, any of that. That's not reality.
No.
So I hate that. I think there's good baits and there's confidence baits, and you work with people and you use baits that from people you like, and it's. I think that's how it should be. But
the best is the live. You get the live feed, and there's a guy who says he was catching him on something, and you watched him catching him all day on something else.
Oh, I can't take it when they take the bait and palm it and throw it over the side. Before they could say they caught them on their sponsored bait, but now that they've got cameras on the boat, right? It's harder to fake, and that's. I mean, it's kind of I feel, conflicted about that, right? Because pros that work hard to develop a technique, right? Mm-hmm. Now everybody's watching it, so the game has changed. I mean, electronics, I mean, Panoptics. Holy crap! It's you can see everything everybody's doing hour to hour, minute to minute on a boat. So, having something that gives you the edge, it's harder and harder to find. You still got to find the fish, right? That's your biggest edge.
Right.
Finding the fish. But, something unique, something different that can trigger a bite. Mm-hmm. Well, sticking with your confidence baits, sure. I'm down with all that, too.
Sometimes that hurts us, too, because there'll be somebody who, does really well on a certain bait, and then they don't want to tell anybody.
Sure.
And I'm like, dude, well, come on, and he's like, well, no, and I'm like, all right, I get it,
Yeah, right. I mean, you are helping the guy out or whatever.
But at the same time, you want him to shout from the rooftops, yeah, this is Samatis, whatever, Samatis.
Oh yeah, those sleeper baits those sleeper baits that people hold near and dear, right? I mean, I get it, but was it really the bait? Or was it both? I mean, I think there are some special baits out there. We debate that on this show all the time, right? Mm-hmm. We debate it on the show all the time.
Maybe it was the conditions. Maybe it was something. Maybe whatever. I don't know.
I think there are special baits like that 7.5-inch lobster. It's like, how are they going to see something that big, that crazy sitting in front of them? Very rarely. Now, look, I mean, you got to have the guts to throw a bait like that. You might only get 2 or 3 bites, but if you're sitting on an 11-pound limit and you got nothing else going, you're catching pipsqueaks, man. You know you're around big fish.
Yeah.
What do you got to lose? Step it up, heavy up, go for it.
Right.
Definitely.
Jack a couple big ones.
Right on. Right. I'm trying it. I'm totally throwing that thing somewhere.
We will. We're gonna go. We're gonna go catch a 25+ pound bag of smallies on it, and everybody's gonna be like, "What?" I guarantee it, dude. I swear. I don't think you even believe it, Jamie. You don't even believe it.
Why are you feeling good about that? Now I'm really curious because that's your jam. Smallmouth is like, I mean, I got in my brain that I'm throwing that on a mop jig. I'm throwing that on a mop jig pre-spawn. Those females are on their pre-spawn spots. They're looking for a big meal. Everybody knows on this show, Jamie, I step up my crankbait game. I am not throwing a 1.5. It's too many examples of me throwing a BDS3, BDS4, pre-spawn haunts, and they're always in the same spots. Listen. And I'm jacking much bigger fish on average. I'm getting the 3 to 5 pound class fish. Somebody's getting more bites than me, but I don't really care. I'm there to win the tournament. 5 bites is all I want.
Here's what I know, Eric.
So that bigger bait, bigger jig in that post-spawn, pre-spawn, I don't know about the spawn. Maybe it would work too, but I can promise you that. Not many people throwing a 1/2 ounce mob jig with a 7.5-inch trailer. That's a big deal.
I think personally, if I had that bait and I was, let's say we were sight fishing for cruising fish up on the St. Lawrence River, okay?
Okay.
I see a 6-pounder.
Sure.
Now, if I throw a Ned rig to that fish, I'm going to catch him, okay? But if I throw that lobster at him,
the slobster.
The slobster.
It's actually trademarked. We own the rights to it, so.
I love it.
If I throw the slobster at that fish, he's going to bite it as well. It'll just be so much cooler saying you caught it on that big-ass bait. That's all I'm saying. I guarantee it. They will bite.
Most people probably wouldn't believe you because you think smallmouth. You think
no, they will come up there and grab that thing, dude. They will grab it. They will grab it.
But I just want to say this. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that if I pitch my little jig in there or if I throw my 1.5, I'm saying if I throw a BDS4, that's 5-pound class fish is going to eat it or be more prone to eating it because it's a bigger meal.
But remember,
if I took that big-ass jig in there and it's got the living rubber on it splaying out and that those claws are just like in his face or her face because she's a pre-spawn female, she's like opportunity knocks, and she can eat it because she's big.
Sure.
It just triggers something in there. I've seen it with big swim baits. A fish will not react to a bait during, when they're cruising or on a bed, and you throw that big glide bait through. They might not bite it every time, but it's getting their attention. And it's so ridiculous. Jamie, have you ever thrown like big swim baits at all?
I don't. There's a ton of guys around here that fish.
Oh, I know. You ever heard of Pat's swim baits?
Yes.
Okay.
There's probably a lot of guys on here that
if you know
them or fish them.
Yeah, if you know Pat, man, ask him if he wants to trade me anything. I'm dying for one of his swim baits. But anyway, I've just seen it, man. That instinct, the alpha fish, right, and a big bait in their house. They're coming to look. They've never seen stuff like that. So I wish I had your bait right now because I would throw a mop jig. I got one sitting right over there. I'm dying to just rig it up and show people like, holy shit, look at this thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like the big badass in the neighborhood, and this other fucking big thing rolls in. Be like, whoa, who's this guy?
Sure.
Who's this guy doing?
Right.
Let me eat him.
Yep, exactly. Oh, Tom scored some BDS Pro Tunes. Nice, Tom. That's a big score. What else you got, Trav?
Well, I'm just looking at the comments here, trying to answer everybody as the comment answering guy. And I think I did a pretty damn good job tonight. We both did moderating.
You stepped up your game.
Yeah, Travis definitely gold star for you tonight for sure.
Gold star, man. I'm gonna say as the host and the guy running the board, are you drinking tonight?
Yes.
Maybe that's the difference. Okay, gotcha. Did you get some sleep?
I did a little bit.
Okay, so you're more refreshed.
Yeah, I got a lot accomplished today. I was working on. I got some videos edited and uploaded.
Right.
Man, I'm feeling good. Looking at new camera systems.
Samatis video.
Yeah, well, if I could pronounce your bait name right, I would have made one a year ago.
I smell lies. I bet that video was never made. And that was his whole thing. That was he's like, oh, I don't know how to pronounce the name.
No, that was the
Jamie. I can't tell you the number of times he holds up the pack to me as we're talking like late at night.
Swear to God.
Like, how would you pronounce this, Eric? How would you pronounce this? Like, can't you just text the guy and ask him to phonetically sound? What? Just pick up the phone and call him. Why are you asking me, dude? I tell him like how I want to pronounce it 20 times. He goes, no, it can't be that, dude.
Yeah, what does it matter, really? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like right. You guys were saying, Rapala,
right?
Rapala,
exactly.
Rapala.
Yep,
that's the other thing, man. No doubt about it, man. We've debated that, and we've seen it different on their videos. Apparently, like their pro staffers. Some guys are saying it Rapala.
I always
Some
said
guys
Rapala.
Saying Rapala. Me too, man. I grew up saying Rapala.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, filthy anglers in the house tonight.
Say what?
We got to get them on board here. They definitely need to be.
Why are you? Whoa! Aren't they a competitor of the smallmouth crush sportswear? Why would you bring a competitor on? Sorry, filthy anglers, I'm rejecting it.
I think we're on a different level.
I'm just saying, are they going to carry some smallmouth crush approved filthy angler?
They
like
should.
You gotta do a special. Well, I mean,
know.
Why don't you talk to him about it before you bring him on and introduce him to your legions of fans? Look, man, everybody's got limited budgets, man. We want smallmouth crush out there before filthy anglers. Sorry, filthy anglers.
Maybe you guys can do like a co-branding.
I know. That's the plan.
It sounds like it's the plan right now. Filthy. Oh, he has been a filthy mouth crush last week a lot. I think we have all been a little bit of a filthy mouth crush. No question about it, man.
Speaking of that, so I need to know in the comments, guys, let me know. And Eric, I don't think I talked to you yet about this idea.
Yeah, talk to me,
I
Chief.
just want to run this through. I think we need 3 live shows a week during this quarantine, if you will. Okay? One needs to be about baits. Otherwise, we'd lose Eric. It needs to be, we're talking about some type of stupid crankbait from Japan or some new...
Whoa, wait, what?
Finesse
Can you dial that back? What did you just say?
You know what I mean.
Some what?
Yeah.
Some what?
Some good-looking crankbaits that'll work from Japan. Or
just like, domestic old stuff that's just hot and out of stock that you wreck them on.
Yes,
sure.
Yes.
Those two, you mean those?
Or, well, that too. So we need some type of live where we're just talking baits for the bait hounds, if you will. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Then, second, we're going to need one where I really like this independent or smaller bait company episodes. Like we had Z-Baits and, all these different companies that come on. Ryan Swim Baits, True Bass Swim Baits. I think there's probably enough of them in the country. And a lot of them, they're regional. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
If you go down to Guntersville at Tackle Store, you're going to run into True Bass Swim Baits down there. Where up here you're not going to see them, right?
Oh yeah.
So I want to pick regional companies that might have some cool things. We learned a lot from Jamie tonight with some of the baits that he has to offer. That's what I want more of. And then I need an open topic, open discussion. We answer fans' questions. We kind of go anywhere and everywhere because I get a lot of messages. Last night I got messages that said, "Holy shit, that was awesome! You guys did a great job." And then I got messages that said, "Hey,
me too.
I don't care about some bait company. Let's talk techniques." And so I'm trying to please everybody, and it's hard.
So think about the rotation. There's got to be a technique talk once a week.
That's
right?
what I just said. Yes, technique talk, bait talk.
Yeah.
New
technique.
Yes.
Well, wait a minute. Time out. It could be 2 separate things, right?
It can't. Yeah, we'll blend that together. Bait and technique. Someone out there, a new company or just a bait. I don't care if it's Strike King comes on one night or Z-Man, okay? A company, and then open topic 3 nights a week. What do you guys think of that? I like it. Let me know.
Yeah, we're listening.
Comments are coming in.
Sound off, everybody.
Jamie, do you ship to Canada?
No, not right now.
No.
I have in the past. It can be a pain.
Really?
We've shipped to like Spain. We've shipped like early on. I was shipping like anytime someone wanted.
Globally.
I'm like, yeah, I'll ship shit.
Yeah, I shipped to Australia one time. It cost me $180.
Then I was just like, I should probably relook at the pricing for shipping to Canada and stuff. There's a lot of good smallmouth fishermen up there who need this bait.
Right on, man. People digging it.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Powers, no.
I was gonna wear my rollerblades tonight and do a little dance in it. Turn the camera and start doing 360.
No, hold up, bro.
You gotta get Jimmy Big Time back on.
Jamie, have you ever rollerbladed in your life?
Yeah, when I was a kid,
okay.
I used to play the hockey and rollerblades.
That's pretty cool, is it not? Can you imagine getting back into it now?
Well, no. Then I used to skateboard and we'd like beat up the rollerblades.
I hear you. So
I knew a friend of mine when I was younger. He's older than me. He's like my brother's age. He used to put on ice skates and just run down the street like July, like down the. And that's the kind of stuff we did in my neighborhood.
I get it. No, I comments are coming in. I think they're into it.
Cool.
I think they're into it.
That's awesome.
That's what we're doing. Eric, if you're in.
What else am I going to do, man?
When you were talking about the manufacturing services, we have a lot of people who are interested. I actually have a couple companies that are working on getting some designs together. And most of the people I talk to, they have no idea what goes into it and how expensive it really is.
Oh, sure.
They're like, yeah, man, you can start making a bait for me. I'm like, all right, well, what do you want to do? And then I start giving them, like pricing on shooting. They're like, all right, it's cool. I'm like, well, how do I get the mold? I'm like, well, you got to talk to this guy. And then their eyes are like,
and then the aluminum molds cost this much.
Right, and they just have no clue. And it's like, holy
CAD designs cost that much, right?
You get a pallet of plastic. It's like, this $3,000. This is $5,000. This is it all starts adding up. It's not a cheap game,
No question about it, man. Then the labor to go into it, right? I mean, holy crap.
Well, that's why I went ahead and bought the machine because I can literally work all day, come home, see the kids, wife, have dinner, go out there, and I can go out there and shoot 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 baits and still be in bed by 11 o'clock.
Man, that's wild, man. That's wild. Yeah, you know what, Travis? We got to do it like an antique lure show, man. That would be cool.
Dude, there's so many ideas. We're not going to run out. I get it. I just sent a message out to anyone that knows any bait companies that they'd like to see. Let me know. Also, what else we got?
Oh, I see 6 Cents. I see Gajo. I see Port Boy. I see Hog Farmer. I see jig companies. I see, you got to get a custom crankbait maker on here. Somebody that actually.
By the way,
man.
Speaking of custom crankbait, how about custom crankbait painters? Big news.
Well, I've already arranged that Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, we got Tackle Craft.
I thought you had one right here, Eric.
Well,
the best in the business.
Have you ever seen a June bug crankbait? It comes out every show, buddy.
I know, it's the best.
That's funny.
Personally hand poured, man. Hand dusted up. Oh, baby.
Hog Farmer.
Yeah.
We definitely need... Yeah. I want... All right, so I think it's Jim from Filthy Anglers that's on right now commenting. It might not be. He's got a whole crew. A whole group of individuals. But I would love to have those guys on board.
Oh,
Here's the cool
Rob
part.
Cochran.
First, I want to start with all the cool people. Get them on.
Man, I would love to have Rob Cochran on from Jawjacker and just talk about how he makes a handmade custom balsa crankbait. Dude, there's so many. You talk about labor intensive. I mean, right, Jamie? You understand what goes into making a bait.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's so many steps, from a balsa perspective, man. I'd love to get one of the legendary balsa crankbait makers on because, man, there's a whole new guard coming on, man. But I mean, you just wonder about that, right? Is it a dying art? Is it going to survive when the last of there's a lot of guys that have passed away. Ed Chambers is gone. Those baits may never come back. Maybe they will. Did Ed have any kids that are going to take over the business? We'll see.
Colonel's secret recipe.
You're right. The 47 herbs and spices that go into that pour, man. It's up here. This June bug recipe, it's up here.
Yeah, that's what.
When I go, it goes, man. That's it.
You got to keep it up there. Don't give it
that's
Travis.
Right. We could have a bass trivia show one night, man. So TK from Tacklecraft, Has anybody ever seen like the Bass BASS trivia, like Trivial Pursuit thing? They've got it. That would be fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, I can't keep up with these comments. So we got a lot of great ideas. Yes, we're still going to get a
David,
couple pros.
sure.
I think a legitimate pro would be Seth. I gotta get Seth on the show one of these nights.
Did you call him today?
No, not yet. But anyone else, I don't know, man.
What are you waiting for?
They're just gonna sling their own shit.
Seth does not strike me that way, and who cares if he does?
Well, then we're just talking about bring every pro on.
Well, not really.
I don't know. No, Seth would be a straight shooter for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, ask him about what he threw in during his roots. I mean, technique-specific talk. It doesn't have to be about his brands,
right?
But it could be about his techniques. You know, like what would be interesting for people if we got.
If he came on, it would be.
What would you be asking him?
The show would be focused on a hair jig, which I got a lot of comments about. We should do a hair jig video or a show. I don't want to do one without Seth on board. So that's probably what we're going to talk about.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, guys. If you're friends with him on social media, text them and warn them. They'll be contacting him.
He's poor guy. His phones will be blowing up.
Oh man. Rob Marquis says, I'm looking at the Samatis Baits website. These baits are amazing. Tacklecraft, faux show. He's coming back. Awesome. Fighter all the way. Zona.
I can't wait to see.
How about Paul Mueller? Didn't you go up there and fish with him for a little bit?
We should.
I mean,
yeah.
Didn't he show you a few tricks, right?
He's going to talk about that live scope, though. Fuck.
Get him to talk about fishing for crappie in the winter and how he loads the boat with the 3-inch Rains grub. Come on.
There you go. Hey, that Rains is legit.
The 3-inch grub or the bubbling shaker?
I don't even want to talk about that one.
I mean, honestly, he's just going to come on and like sling his range shit, dude. So, I mean, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Pros are out. It doesn't work for Travis. Sorry.
I should have came on and just talked about Zoom.
Yeah, right. That would have made a lot of sense.
You guys would have.
I mean, what are we doing tonight, Travis? Right. Jesus Christ, can you believe that guy from Samatis Baits? He only talked about Samatis Baits. I hate it.
Listen, I like the smaller regional bait companies. I'm digging it because you can pick up some good tips, okay? And
All
yes.
Right, so here's the rule for the pro. Before you were sponsored, before you had any money, you were poor as effing dirt, and you were living out of the back of your truck because you're not going to have any rich pros on. We've already covered that. You hate those guys. So get a regular guy that had to struggle his way. What the hell did he throw? What was in his box? And maybe you'll never get them to tell you because they can't.
Right. Travis wants a homeless professional bass fisherman. He rolls out of his cardboard box into a dinghy.
Yes.
Dude, no here's the rule. That's right. If your life depended on catching a limit, what would you throw? Throw your sponsor shit out the door because you know it sucks. Start the show that way.
Right.
That'll go good.
Hey, there's a lot of guys on here, like Josh is saying Steve Kennedy.
That'd be a good one.
Because he doesn't give a shit.
Sure.
I reckon I don't need no sponsor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm so pissed that I lost that flipping match.
To who?
Oh yeah, Steve won it.
Oh, Steve Kennedy.
Yeah.
His wife gave him a hard time. She's like, I told him to fucking ease up.
You know how competitive bad guys are, right? They want to kill each other.
Yeah.
Ego's in the house, man. And Steve is about as unassuming as you can get, man.
Oh, yeah.
How about that Bass Pro Shops? That's what you bring back, man. That crazy little Bass Pro Shops. Nervous minnow, man, right?
Somebody is.
Oh, they already have it out, but I don't know if they're making it in enough volume. If it was like the original, because it had that nervous head action.
Yeah.
I don't, man. Who knows? Steve was keeping that quiet.
Yeah,
he was catching checks.
So Tuesday night's going to be the custom guy, and then Tacklecraft.
TK from Tacklecraft.
And then the following Friday, we're going to be we're going to have a representative from Guggen's Baits on.
Oh, well, enjoy the show.
Crickets. No.
You enjoy that show, Travis.
I'm joking.
I know you are. That's pretty good, man. I like it. That was good deadpan, man.
Yeah, I waited to see your expressions.
Guggen.
It's fine.
We got a lot of people that rag on the Googans, man, because
I don't know why. You know what?
They make a lot. They make a lot of money selling those baits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and they got Jacob the Wheeler.
Yeah,
I worry about what's in my lane. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's all you can worry about.
Make baits, fish. You know.
Right on, man.
Just as long as the machine keeps running, I keep pumping them out.
Yep. Yeah, think about it. Cherry won the Classic on a Mega Bass.
Sure.
I don't think he's sponsored by Mega Bass, is he? Is he sponsored by Z-Man? Because he threw a jackhammer to catch 29 pounds day one. Right?
Yeah.
What do we have to say about that? It's not like he didn't talk about it. I'd love to ask the pros, like, what forgotten baits do you wish were still around? You know?
Absolutely. Randy Flowers? I'd love to have Randy on.
Yeah.
Oh, who do you got?
I don't know.
What about a Fat Cat Newton? You couldn't handle him.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we should. Why not? Let me know, guys. You want Fat Cat on one of these nights? Let's do that.
You know him?
Yeah,
him?
I could call him up. Sure.
Okay.
That might get funny. Crazy. That would be an open topic.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to accuse him of being Brandy Flowers. Right on the show. We're going to open up with that.
Right. Rumor has it that you are Randy Flowers.
I love it.
I think someone told me who he is.
There's speculation for sure.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Ditto Gator Tails for sure, man. Terry Scroggins still pours that bait. I don't know if he's got the molds or what. Fat Cat will do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
as
Brody.
As long as he's not allowed to laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be tough.
Your mom's favorite fisherman. I'd love to coin that term. Because that's...
Your mom's favorite fisherman.
Yeah. That's the truth, Broheem.
How about a rod company?
Back in the day, moms loved me. I was their favorite fisherman. I'm just saying. Eric.
Gussie.
The Silver Fox.
They want Gustafson now.
All right, we'll get him.
Know Gussie?
Yeah. He reached out to me years ago.
Who doesn't Travis know? He knows everybody. He's like the goddamn mayor. Kissing babies, shaking hands. Like, you can't shake hands nowadays, so wave.
Yeah. I was never a handshaker to begin with. I did it, but I always knew. First
time I met Travis, he just chest bumped me.
Did I? No,
yeah, it was very odd. I didn't even know him. Who the hell is this guy? He chest bumped me. How's it going?
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God, Sean Lai. I love it.
These questions.
No, it's awesome, man.
Do I make
they want to know
pink?
Pink. What do you think about pink baits?
I love them. Smallmouth go nuts over pink. It's funny, every time we're out of stock now. We had the drop shot, the Samatis shot, and pink, and then we had a Morning Dawn, which was like a pink with like a, the color. Every time I have those at shows, there's always the guy who's like with this chick. He's like, "Hey, honey, there's a bait for you."
Oh, really?
I'm like, I guess you don't like catching smallmouth.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh no, I just use this." I'm like,
"You guys,
dude, it's a color."
Eric and I.
Everybody's asking, when are you going to restock?
Which color?
All of them, he says. I think you're sold out, dude, and all the good colors.
All the colors are gone, dude. That's what we're hearing. You got more baits in the fucking back room. Come on. Put them up on the website. Let's sell some baits tonight.
I'll have to go look and see.
All right, because the code will last, obviously, through tomorrow, end of the week. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. What, I guess if you're on the website and whatever you want is sold out, just go to the contact us. I think it's on the About Us. There's a contact page, or there's a chat feature. If you send the chat, when I get off here, I'll go check it out. So if you're looking for a particular color on something that's sold out, let me know, and then I can see what I can do about getting it to the front of the line for manufacturing so we can get some more made up. Mm-hmm. How's that sound?
Great. That sounds good, man.
Man of the people.
I just want to say one thing, and Eric and I talked about this earlier. Morning Dawn and pink isn't just for smallmouth. That's a big misconception, guys. If there was one finesse color for largemouth, for me, it would be Morning Dawn.
And if there was one finesse color for spots, it would be Morning Dawn. Yeah. They ate it readily down at Hartwell.
Now I read
spots,
somewhere
largies and smallies.
I don't get into the whole color and you know the details, but I read somewhere that Morning Dawn or the pink colors below a certain depth really have more of a gray hint to it. I don't know if you guys have heard that.
Never read that.
I heard it turns almost gray to the fish, and that's what those fish actually see. How do we know? I mean, how do you know? You don't know. You have no idea. Right. All you can go by is experience.
Well, they actually do know. There was a doctor, Kai. Listen to me. Just listen. Dude, color cones and receptors. And I'm out. You better get a drink. Yeah. There was a guy that studied salmon eyes and the color receptors in salmon eyes and what they could pick up. Because I don't know if you've ever seen like salmon baits. They've got these really funky color combinations, right? Yeah. And so the reason that fishermen gravitated towards tying the flies and baits and color theory for salmon is because they started to work better than others. So there was something to it. So he wanted to study it to go, okay, what are they really perceiving it as and how does it look to them? Not that the fish is telling him, but he studied the eye and the color receptors. Yeah, right. So you can study it. That's science, man. Right?
I think color is all preference.
Yeah.
I don't know. I fish
this, dude. How do you explain that in clear water? Mark Daniels whipping everybody's ass. Hey, I was down there with Travis before that MLF tournament started, right? And I was throwing this weightless with Travis. This is something I've thrown ever since I started fishing. Mm-hmm. A couple buddies that were old codgers, man, they're like a methylate trick worm pre-spawn gets it done and during the spawn. Who knows why? But and even in clear water. So I wouldn't be throwing green pumpkin. I'd be throwing that. Not because I wanted to watch and pick it up, because it just gets bit.
Right.
What do they see that as? Who cares? It works.
We saw a lot of black baits, but a lot of people don't. Like on the shelf, black bait, you walk by it, then you go, you pick, this thing up that's like bright and swirls and,
Travis about black baits.
Yeah.
Black worm, black chunk, black jig.
I mean, think about the original cream worms. I mean, some of those were just jet black.
Yeah.
How about the old school grape? Great color, man. Mm-hmm. How about just straight blue in the old jelly worm? No, they did a test like
how about straight blue chunk?
Why is sapphire blue so damn good? That's exactly what that is. Does anybody make a plastic worm in that color anymore? Nope. Does anybody shoot a straight blue stick bait? Nope. Yeah, man, Dr. Lauren Hill did the color selector.
No, Dr.
Fauci. That's awesome.
Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Fauci said it. Yeah, Dr. Fauci, before he worked at NIH, he studied salmon eyes. That was the guy I was trying to think about.
Yeah, him and Bill Gates developed a special formula to track everybody if they injected it in the color scheme that they wanted. Okay, whatever, guys.
Doesn't make any sense. What?
If you're awake, you would know. So what else we got here?
Black grape. Ryan Judd, black grape. No question about it, man.
I was told tonight I had to mention the electric chicken. That's a great color.
Electric chicken is that frickin' trout color that's special.
I know. It's the fresh bait scorpion. Electric chicken.
Yeah, fresh baits. This is a Zoom trick worm and methylate. Yeah, motor oil, man, for sure, man. Yep. Boom. That's for fresh baits out there. There you go.
That chunk looks legit.
Weightless.
It is legit.
Yep. But that color, flipping blue. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, there's no flake in that thing.
No, nothing.
It just gets it done. Yep. And have you ever seen a crawfish that looks like that?
No.
I know I haven't. There's nothing in nature that looks electric blue.
Right.
It's weird, man.
It's something that, I don't know, we can't always, we're not fish as much as people try to research, and I don't know, if they like it, they eat it, toss it.
Triggers bites, that's right. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. There's just some, you can't argue it.
Hey guys, can I put in a plug real quick, because I just got a couple emails. Guys I'm just putting up here down below. So we're running out as far as smallmouth crush merchandise. I am pretty much out of large hoodies. We got some XLs and some bigger boy hoodies. T-shirts, we got a few left, and hats, I got like 10 left. So if you guys want your merch, now's the time, because I don't know when I'm going to put together another order. Right, Eric?
Red
Yes.
shad. Red shad is a good color.
Mhm.
We have the 4.5 and a red shad.
Nice. All right, so Sean Lai just asked an interesting question of all of us on tonight. If you had one bait to throw, if your life counted on it for a bite, with 30 minutes to go in a tournament for the win,
Well,
and you knew it. This is MLF. You knew it. You just needed out
a
one
12-inch
bite.
fish?
12-inch fish. Yes, one bait, and if you don't catch them, you die. Travis, go.
3-inch black Senko.
All right. Weightless.
Black drop shot.
Drop shot. Okay, so man, that's a lot. That's a deadly slow bait to fish around, man. Good. That helps me out. All right, Jamie, what do you got?
Right there, Samatis shot.
There it is, Samatis shot. Is that the color? What's the color though? All right,
that's
the
Gobi
one.
color. It works everywhere.
Got it, man. Got it.
What's
I'm throwing my little 4-inch power
Glide
work.
bait?
They didn't say the biggest bass of my life.
Yeah.
I'd pull all them out for you guys to catch. I'd check it down the bank and there'd be like a pack of Pied Piper fish, man. 4-inch Senko, Wild Bill, pumpkin tube, Senko.
Senko.
Let
Live
me get him
minnows.
back on track.
Yeah, there you go. Live minnows.
Did I get you back on track?
Somebody said they'd go get Jason Christie.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, man.
Nice. What else I got here? Anything else
I don't know.
kicking around?
Yeah, what else you got? Before we
I
get too
can't-
crazy.
Can't show you.
Actually, guys, we had a really good show. Like and share if you can. I think we hit 400 plus already, but we're down to 395 right now. And we're just getting started.
We are? I like this. I just liked it. There we go.
Okay.
Who disliked it? Who put the thumbs down?
There's some creeps out there, Broheem.
Yeah.
But
man.
the problem, I keep saying this, the problem is they don't understand it. YouTube algorithm doesn't matter. If you're participating in my life circle on social media, it does not matter. So for the 2 haters that we always get, last night 7 of them, it is what it is.
It's funny, after you posted that I was going to be on here, I had like a handful of guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, which there's nothing on there. So I feel bad. I was like, oh, well, you guys just subscribe. But we plan on putting more content on there.
Right.
I give you a lot of credit. That's a lot of work.
It is, yeah.
I pack the GoPro every time. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take some pictures, get some. I throw it in the center console and I never take it out.
You got to commit to it. You know, I was. If I would have done YouTube when I started, instead of fishing the Elite Series, I should have taken that money and invested in social media, and I would have been blowing up by now. I think I got in at the pretty good time. I'm consistent. These guys now that are starting, you're going to have to really stand out to get anywhere in YouTube. You know,
someone said the owner of Googan disliked it.
No, they're not even paying attention to this. And I'm not against. I honestly have never used their baits. I just kind of go along with the comments I'm hearing and seeing, so I just go along with you guys. I would look at it. I probably should do a video on it.
So you're saying you're a sheep?
No, I'm saying
You said you just follow everyone. You got to form your own opinion.
I haven't tried them. I don't know. I'm sure they're decent. I'm sure you can catch fish off of them. Yes. Johnny B.
Way to be diplomatic, man. Because normally you're like a pit bull. You go after it. You're scared. I think you're scared,
dude. Because you.
I
Eric,
feel like you're talking scared.
You have your dad conversations with me.
You're talking scared right now, man.
And I think admit it, Eric. I've tamed down since you've talked to me.
That's true.
About
you have
some of my opinions that I can share on live are obviously not going to jive with a lot of my followers. That's why I kind of tone things
Eric's
down.
Eric's groomed you to be a better man.
Yeah, well,
Copycat Googans. Your face on that comment. Oh my God. So where do you get more exposure from, Jamie? Social media or trade shows? Like, what really sells your baits?
I don't think it's one or the other. I think they both work together. Social media, people like it because you're in their pocket all day. They pull it out,
Sure.
They see what you're doing, they see the new
Sure.
stuff, new color, sale
Yeah.
going on, catching a fish on something, and this guy catches
Right
a fish. The shows themselves actually get to meet those people, and it's pretty cool because, like, hey man, I talk to you all the time. Oh man, hey, how's it going?
Right.
Cool. Nice to meet you. Shake your hand. You know what I mean? Talk about baits, and it's nice to meet all those people. I think they both go hand in hand. You need both of them. And I think getting out and seeing everyone is definitely important. I don't think you could really just have a company and never go out and see anybody. There are some companies that are already established and whatever else, but people like to see a face. And
do you bring a tank and show the action of your baits, or do you get people to go? Okay.
Yeah. So we set up like a small fish tank, and we actually had the floating worm on a Ned. And the last show we did, I was telling everyone, like, hey, you get this thing to lay flat, I'll give you 5 packs. Nobody. Nice.
That's awesome.
One guy took it and buried the line under the rocks and everything else, and I gave him a free lobster. I said, here you go, smart ass.
Smart ass. I love it, man. Smart ass.
Yeah.
Oh, the accent's perfect, man. That's perfect. I noticed that. I know one thing that people really, really like is when Travis will do a tank demo. He'll take a bait out and he did one with a 7-inch Senko, and then we did it with the giant TRD.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see it on a weighted net, wacky head versus not, and just to see the action on a bait. It was fascinating. And so, I think the more tank demos that you can put up, and here's something, I don't even know if it's on your site, so forgive me, I haven't looked in plumb the depths, but just the whole concept of the floating Senko in the multiple uses, I think it's something that could drive sales because that's a sleeper bait. People might look, it's floating, but not understand how. Yeah, sure, the 400 people here, but is that demo on? Like, cut it in half once you've used it. It's just meant for a shaky head. You can use a little larger and then use the other side.
So we have some on our social media, but we do have to do a better job with having it. I want to actually embed the video on that page, so you go to that thing. It's like, hey, here's that floating worm that won't stay down.
Right
here's
on,
the sinking one. You know what I mean? So
because I look for that, as much as I fish and as much as I buy baits, I don't know what a bait's going to do in the water until I get it out on the water. So if I can see it in the water and somebody give me 2 or 3 ways to use the bait, rigging ideas, technique ideas, time of year ideas, it starts to seed and feed me.
Yeah,
and so that's just the thought, man. Yeah, Travis could do your demos. Travis, would you do some demos?
Yeah, definitely.
He's big money. I don't know if he's
true.
in the budget.
You might not be able to afford that guy. That guy, he's pretty important.
Listen,
Jamie, he's pretty important. Jamie,
I just did
VIP, very important.
He's a VIP. He is a VIP bass man right now, Travis. I have to, man.
Listen, I just did a video a week or so ago. It's about a 20-minute video. I'm going to release it on my YouTube channel probably. So I just edited our Piero experience, Eric. That's ready to go. Then I have the Tennessee River fishing with Ryan, and I have the fish tank demo of different baits, which I'm really proud of because it took a lot of time to do, and I think it's going to be a great video. That's going to be probably released probably tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Sunday? Tomorrow, yeah. I'm going to release that tomorrow. So if you guys want to know the video title I believe is the importance of having a fish tank if you're an angler. Like why you need to have a fish tank to test your baits. All the baits that you use that you have confidence in, you need to put them in the tank and see how they work, see how they react. That's as real life as you can get. You need to see how those baits look underwater. And I think a fish tank in every angler's arsenal is more important than anything to help with your confidence. Would you agree?
Fully agree, but if you can't afford it, my message to any bait maker out there is make as many tank videos as you can. Because I don't want to buy the bait until I see the bait. I'm more inclined to buy the bait that I see, because look, we're looking at your the drop shot bait, and Travis is popping it and it's backing up. You can see that tail flapping. I already know it. I mean, I like that. I don't know how much time it would take you.
I'm almost positive we have a drop shot. The drop
Yeah.
shot.
I think I saw that one. Yep.
It's the thing's just quivering there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's nice, man.
No, it's true though, because we had a guy do a tank demo at the Boxborough show. Cam Smith did one for us, and he was up there, and we got a terrible slot, but whatever. That's
right.
What it is, what it is. But he, it was like the last day, the final hour, and he did that, and actually, I think like one or two people came in like, man, I didn't know you guys were over here. This is a great bait. I never thought of fishing it this way.
Yeah.
So, he had more interest that way.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see your baits Nico'd, wackied. It'd be cool. It'd be cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely need to get on that. Again, I don't like making excuses. I am a one-man show, so
that's true. It's a lot of work.
I try to keep everything up to date and do the best I can with constantly updating and changing and adding and
Right on. And I know how hard it is for Travis to shoot one video, man. It's tough.
Yep.
Takes a lot of time. Get the light right, get the bait right, rig it up, I'm doing it in my kitchen sink, man, most of the time.
Yeah. I mean, even honestly, like a big plastic glass, you'll be able to get the concept somewhat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I did it in a candy jar. They sell glass candy jars. So really, I took the candy out of my wife's candy jar, filled it up, and then looked at it vertically, and I drop shot stuff. So like I tied up like an Arctic fox hair drop shot with a little bit of a zonker strip coming out the back. And dude, it was so freaking saucy, man. Oh my God, I couldn't believe the action on that thing. Crazy.
Was the Tootsie Rolls? Were they buoyant?
The Tootsie Rolls, I think, would get bit. Yeah. No question about it.
Oh yeah.
I call it the log.
Put on Ned.
That would be awesome, man. Real turd. A baby Ruth. No doubt.
Shit. Man.
Is coffee scent better than garlic scent?
I don't know.
Good question.
Just dip your shit in gulp and call it a day.
You like the gulp? Do you feel like it stays on?
Sure. If you marinate it overnight, it has to.
So it does? So you spray gulp in a package of regular.
Or I just get the liquid bottles and dump it in.
Yeah.
Either the I think it's some company, it might be Plano, makes a container with a red top.
It is. Yeah, and it's made for power bait.
I'll dump the gulp into that.
Yeah.
The scent, and then put whatever plastics I'm going to rotate throughout the day in that.
Yeah, great tip.
Only for tournaments. I don't give a shit if I'm just fun fishing. It's just a confidence thing for me.
Right on. Do you feel like the smallies respond to it better, or just more? It's more confident?
Honestly, Eric, no. I don't.
Okay,
I don't.
Gotcha.
I wish I could be like, yes.
Then why do you do it?
For confidence. Peer pressure.
Gotcha.
Peer pressure.
So in your brain,
peer pressure.
You are susceptible to peer pressure
because everyone else is doing it, dude. That's why I got. That's why I got to stay awake, Eric. That's why I got to look at all the sources of news and filter it all through. Because otherwise, if I was one of you guys and just stared at CBS every night, I would be one of them.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't even have a TV in my house.
Thank God, Jamie. Finally, somebody with some sense in their brain. Thank you. That's woke right there.
Anger Travis is back. No, guys, no.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, everybody. He's hanging on by a very thin thread. He's skating on the underside of the ice, everybody. He rollerblades on the underside of the ice.
Hey, speaking of that, did you guys see that TikTok video where that dude dives under some clear, it's like a clear lake with ice in Idaho or something? Dives into a hole. He's got another hole like 20 feet away. He wanted to make a viral video. And the dude couldn't find the fucking hole to pop out of.
That's
Did
viral.
He die?
No, he lived, but barely. He almost died.
Yeah, I don't spend my days looking for TikTok videos.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't.
Yeah,
either.
it's kind of a waste of time.
I'm not 11, Travis.
You know the rat hole of news you're talking about? That's a rat hole too, right? We stay woke to the fact that we only have 24 hours in a day, and I'd rather use it for productive thought and energy towards the business that I run. How about you?
After hours. After hours is near.
Pretty funny. The first night you wore the Samatis hoodie.
Yeah.
And then you went off the rails, and Jimmy and Eric were like, "We're out of here." Like,
yeah.
He's got my sweatshirt on. He's losing his fucking mind. I'm like, great. Someone's going to edit this little clip. And it's going to be this guy, conspiracy theory, flat earth, fuck this. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I got to tune out.
Yeah, you left too. Jimmy was like, and Travis was like, what just happened? I'm like, I'm out. I can't take it, man. It hurts my brain.
Sean, yes, I know. That's why I only have 2 videos posted on TikTok. I'll probably delete it.
I can't even believe you have a TikTok.
Yeah, you know who talked me into it?
An 11-year-old?
No.
Those you hang out in schoolyards?
The filthy angler chick talked me into it.
That's since concerning. I've never been in multiple ways.
Yeah, peach butt, bottom butt, whatever her name is.
No, I didn't know that, Travis.
You know, you follow her.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
Swear to God.
Okay.
Well, would not.
If you don't, you should.
He's gonna look it up right now.
Still not interested. You can find it, man. I swear, I'm not even touching my phone. Keep my hands right here. Go find that I follow her and show me, and I'll give you any crankbait in my collection you want.
Okay. I know.
Hands are here. Get it?
How is your Instagram, by the way, Eric? Did you hit 3,000 yet?
No, man. I'm like 20, 22 something.
I remember when you were just starting out.
Yeah, right. I was like, 3. I had 3 followers. It was awesome. And then it was all my family.
And then we built you up, bro.
Well
deserved.
The best video is when you two are going through Eric's tackle room, and then Travis starts dumping the boxes, and you're like, "Honey, the fucking!" And Travis, we gotta look at these.
Oh, here's what you don't do. Here's what you don't know.
That was the first time I got yelled at by Eric.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, stop.
There's only been 2 times in my life I've been scolded by Eric, and that was the first time.
What was the second?
You know, our conversation about 2 weeks ago about after hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That was more heartfelt. Like, this is my energy.
No, you were fucking serious, bro.
No, but I just needed you to know where I was coming from. But I told Travis, man, you treat my baits with respect, bro. Like, if this was a Japanese house of crankbaits, you don't diss the lure collection. You can't, man. You can't.
Eric, did you have to have the birds and the bees talk with Travis too?
No, what's that about? Tell me, man. I want to know what that's about.
Well, you're like, walking them through life. Birds and bees.
Oh yeah. We've had a lot of good conversations about life. It's a good exchange, man. Yeah, heck yeah, man. We spent a lot of time talking about the business of fishing, his business.
I did get yelled at, not like massively, but remember that time you gave me a special balsa flat-sided bait or something, and I got a little grass on it?
Oh man, you smacked it on the water, dude.
Yeah,
I'm like, don't do that.
I honestly, guys, I had no clue that was a rule. I was, when you get grass on your crankbait, you just slap it on the water a couple times. I literally slapped it, pull it up, and next thing I know, I got this dude bitching at me in the background. I'm like,
I said I'd come up there and cut that thing off so quick.
Dude,
yeah, man,
it was not.
It was over. No, so here's I'm with Bob Cherry. We're on the Potomac. It's fall. And it's fall flat side time, right? We're fishing a grass line. And I'm throwing that Craig Powers
right back, guys.
CP3.
Yeah.
And like citrus shad. And I only got 2 of them, dude. And I am wrecking the fish. He can't get a bite.
Uh-huh.
And I said, all right, I'll give you one. And so I gave him one. And he starts smacking the bait. I go, Bob, don't smack my bait on the water. He smacked it the next cast and cracked it in half.
So you bitched at him too?
Oh, man. Yeah, he broke my bait. He broke my bait. Like, what am I doing?
Like, you don't have enough behind you to...
No, you don't understand. That each balsa bait's unique, man. Like, if it's a catcher, you want to label that thing, put a little X on the bottom, and you just save it for Derby Day, bro. Everyone's different, man. Yeah, man.
Shit. Zach brought up another one. What about the time you hooked Eric in the head? Okay, so... Yeah, you fucking punched me, dude.
I did. I hit you because I warned you.
You know how you take notes on shit that I talk about and say?
So Travis, you better write that down.
4 times.
So Travis and I are fishing on the upper. Yeah, 4 times. Travis and I are fishing on the St. Lawrence, and he goes, "You got to come up here for the camera." I'm like, "Dude, no, you're slinging that crankbait like a wild man. I'm not doing it." And dude, I mean, I could feel it coming by my ear. And I'm like, dude, you're going to hit me. Don't do that. And man, that DT10 just went pow, pow. And I bled. I can't even imagine if that hook got in my head because you cast with a lot of force, dude. You do. You put everything into it.
In retrospect, okay.
Hey, remember that time you were throwing the fighter fly and we had a competition and Travis goes, I get more distance by casting that way.
Right.
I think you did beat me.
Okay.
Now, maybe you had 4 pound. Did you have 4 pound braid?
Yeah. When I made that cast.
Yeah.
And caught the back of your head and just glazed you. So you bled like a pig, but glazed you. And you punched me. Instantly. Instant punch.
Because I warned you.
Boom!
I warned you.
And then
you, man.
I'm all shook up like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, I've been hooked plenty of times. I've never punched a dude in the face or anywhere, okay?
I didn't punch you in the face.
Okay.
Stop.
Second of all,
Don't be dramatic for
Eric,
the camera.
Do you remember when we were down at Pierre Plantation down in Alabama in the spring?
Yes.
And you set the hook in my face.
I did. I remember
Did
that.
Did I even say anything? All I said was, Eric, if this
I hit you with the rod.
Yes.
I hit you with the rod.
You hit me with the rod hard.
And I knocked
threw my
your
hat in the water. And it hurt. It stung, but I'm not going to be a pussy and hit you. I said, Eric, if it was opposite right now, you would have punched me. And guess what? I'm just fishing. I'm continuing on because that's what you do. That's what you do.
Remember that whole discussion we had with like how we have to set the hook and where I need to stand, and you made me stand on the right side. And you go, but Travis, I'm going to swing my rod into you, and I'm going to hit you with the rod. You're like,
I don't
care.
Stand
right there.
My point was, I don't care about you. I'll take one for the team to get a bass on the boat. I don't care. I don't care.
I want to stand in the back. We got to.
If I'm gonna skin hook you a couple times, dude, in a year, deal with it.
Grazed, not glazed. Chris Rickard goes, you grazed him. You didn't glaze him with the hook.
Whatever.
He goes, Sean Light goes, you hooked a bunch of people. Maybe you got punched more and you wouldn't hook people more often. See, I reel left-handed. I don't know. I guess people know if you watch the videos, but I'm a lefty. I don't know about you, Jamie. Do you lefty?
Yeah, so I reel on the right side. That's a left.
Okay, well, I'm a goofy foot then. I'm the opposite guy, and there's not many of us out there. So when I swing, I want to swing across my body because I'm holding the rod with my right hand. So I want to be on Travis's left side when I'm on the front of the boat because he's casting over his right shoulder. So it's actually perfect. But the bite that day with the frog was like right on the bank. And if I'm standing on his left, there ain't no way I'm getting a cast to the bank and I'm fishing in the middle of nowhere, right? If I want to frog with him. We got to get 2 cameras, dude. That's the only solution, right?
Right? Yeah, for sure.
I told you I'd donate a camera to the show. Why can't I do that?
Yeah.
So I'm all comfortable in my backpack.
Wait a second.
20.
He's checking his TikTok.
Yeah, Eric. We can talk after.
I reel lefty. I mean, that's the right side. It's the lefty.
Yeah. You do reel with your left side?
Yeah. No, I'm saying that's the right way. I'm meaning
I agree, right? Because didn't you grow up like with a spinning rod and you're reeling and then you're right? Yeah. I don't know how guys do it. There is no way that I could reel with my right hand.
I've tried to set the hook the other way, and it's like a monkey fucking a football.
I'm the same way. It'd be like throwing a football with my left hand. Right. Man. I can't do it. If I could, I could be ambidextrous. Like if I was good enough to, cast the bait left hand and reel with my right hand, you could probably I don't know.
Oh, by the way, 29 pounds was caught today for 5 up on the St. Lawrence.
29.
Nice. Mm-hmm. I got
Will and Joe Raymond.
Yeah, Joe's up there just being Joe again.
You going?
Weather doesn't look good next week up there, but it looks okay. Monday I'll be on the Chesapeake. Yeah.
So I got a funny story. So Joe Raymond is up there. It's Joe rock crawler. He's a Susquehanna guy, Jamie. So he goes up there and he fishes with Will from Gajo Baits, right? So Joe says he's staying in this double wide trailer, right? And so he says he's in his bed. He's on Instagram, and he's hearing this thing, and he can't identify the noise, and it's very faint. He's starting to freak out. He goes like that, and then it would go away. Then you hear it again, and it sounded like somebody, native speaking, like, and he goes like, are they having like because this is on the reservation, and he goes, maybe people are out, they're having a bonfire or something like that. And he looks out his window, nothing. There's nobody around him. Like he's in the middle of nowhere. And then he hears it again. He's like really starting to get spooked out, thinking the trailer is like haunted. So he is totally skeezed out, right? So then he goes outside the trailer and there's no sound at all. Goes back in, sound's gone away. He's trying to get to sleep and he hears it again. And the hair on the back of his neck is raised up because now he can hear it. It's like spirit stuff. Dude, he's walking around and he's getting ready to fight somebody, right? He thinks something's going on like a ghost. And he's in the kitchen and he hears it again. And he looks up above. On the top of the refrigerator is a radio with Native American music playing on like level 1. Barely audible, man.
Oh, man.
Isn't that a good story?
Yeah, I'd be freaking out.
Yeah, he was freaking out because, it's music he doesn't listen to, So he's just like, oh, my God, this thing is haunted. As he goes, is the trailer on a burial ground? He was like flipping out his mind.
Could be.
Oh, Poltergeist, you ever see the movie Poltergeist, where the people had the house built on burial ground? Yeah.
So some guys are asking about the Chesapeake. So if you're from New Jersey, Connecticut, or New York, you're not allowed on the Chesapeake Bay. Unless you quarantine yourself for 14 days prior and after. So a couple of my buddies from New Jersey were out on the bay recently. I'm hoping they're abiding by their governor's rule and stay in your quarantine for 14 days. I'm still fishing. I can still fish for food, which I do. You guys know I catch perch out there on a regular basis. Yep. But Chesapeake's on fire right now. Unfortunately, all my guide trips are pushed back through April, and it looks like the first week and second week in May, I'm losing customers, basically, pushing dates back, whatever it takes. Yeah.
Dang.
And I missed out on the PPP money. I got an email today saying
What's the PPP money?
Small businesses get a little bit of some cash from the government.
I got you.
And I was a little late to the show, so.
Yeah, that went pretty quick. I know they were.
Yeah.
Everybody jumped in there.
Mm-hmm.
There may be a round 2.
There might be, yeah.
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 I got you.
Anyways, that's where we're at.
I'm with you.
Cool. Is there any questions on here that I missed? Filthy
No.
Angle. What's my favorite Polar Seltzer black cherry for me? I like the like cranberry lime, whatever the hell it is. Any of the Polar Seltzers are good.
That sounds good, man.
Big Polar Seltzer guy.
Yeah? They make it up there?
I don't know what the hell they make it.
That's just an odd question. Were you drinking it? Is that why you asked the question? Oh, I didn't see you drinking it, bro.
Hey.
Oh,
I got
sweet.
you. I missed that.
Finally, somebody drinks on this fucking show besides me.
Well, it's a Polar Seltzer. I'm responsible.
It's not alcoholic,
Okay,
Travis.
never mind, I'm out.
You drink alone tonight again.
Where's the Chick-fil-A cup?
Listen, I would love
There it is.
I would love to finish this bottle off, but I ran out of seltzer water. So would that work?
Just take a shot.
No,
Just
I'm not
drink it
doing
right
that.
now.
I'm not doing
Straight
that.
from the bottle.
No. Well, I should say that I got a little left.
Canada Dry.
Yeah.
Canadian,
What is
eh?
somebody? Marilyn Deutsch said 5 for 24 at the Knock. What does that mean?
Lake Noxamixon.
What is that?
Not a place you want to be most of the time.
That's where you heard the singing.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say Worcester?
Worcester. Welcome to Worcester. $1.25, please.
There you go, man. Where do you get the best cup of chowder?
I don't know. I'm kind of picky when it comes to my chowder.
Do you like it?
Really?
Oh, I love clam chowder.
Me
See,
too,
that's
man.
the thing.
I love it.
Do you
But
get?
it's
You don't
gotta
like
be.
it?
There's different types. You know, like you gotta have like the thick.
Yeah.
There's like some that are like more of like a seafood. It's more like brothy.
Yeah. Do you like the brothy kind or the thick
No,
kind?
the thick kind.
Okay.
They're not
Yeah.
like the red. Whatever. What's that? New York.
I don't
or
like
something.
the red. I don't like that.
Do you-
Manhattan clam
So
chowder.
since you're a fan of it, it's not a big deal when people find out you're from Massachusetts and they're like, "Oh, you like clam chowder." You're fine with that. But from coming from Wisconsin, people are like, "Oh, cheese. What kind of?" I don't really freaking eat cheese at all, but I'm associated with cheese all the time. or Oshkosh.
And that,
by gosh,
Eric. And that angers you?
It does, dude. It pisses me off.
That's just everybody. You know what I mean? You go, like I was saying when I was
think of something better to ask
training,
me.
there's people like, oh, hey, can you say Pak the Khan Haviyad? You know, it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. You know? Enough. It's silly.
I would say for $5, I'll do it.
Right.
Now, buzz off, you Yankee.
Damn Yankee.
Yeah.
Damn Yankees.
John, no, I don't think any ramps are open except a couple on the Chesapeake. That's not one of them. No.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bruins, yeah. Go Bruins if they were playing.
Boston has the best chowder. Do you say pop or soda, man?
Pop.
Soda.
What do you say, Jamie?
I used to say tonic when I was a kid.
Ah.
And we had a family friend, like my mother's, some people, and they came by to visit from like California, and I was like, little kid, I'm like, hey, you want some tonic? And they're like, I'm not sick. What do you tonic? What are you talking about? Oh, like a bubbler, like a water bubbler. You know.
I got you. Bubbler.
Bubbler.
You know.
Yeah, we use bubbler.
Mark Marini, a good paisan, said, my best cranking day ever came at the Knock with one specific cast. I will say most guys tend to struggle or absolutely crush them there. Travis, do you agree?
I fished there. I threw a lipless crankbait this time of year, and I caught some good smallmouth there. But
what body of water is the Knock on? I'm sorry.
It's just
I missed that part.
It's north of me. I don't know how long, a couple of hour or two.
What state?
Pennsylvania.
What body of water is it?
Pennsylvania.
Is it a lake, a river?
Yeah, just a lake.
Oh, okay. It's called the Knock.
Knox-a-Mixon, I believe, if that's what they're referring to.
Nah, I think that's probably it.
Travis, am I able to go back after this and go through this chat and like reply to people?
Yeah, tomorrow you will.
It depends on if Travis gets flamed, he doesn't put the chat up. If he does well, he puts the chat up.
It happened one time last week.
It just depends. If Travis is going to censor this, it's been a good one for Travis. You'll be able to see the comments.
If you stroke his ego, he leaves it up.
He leaves it up. If it doesn't look good for him, he takes that shit down, baby, down. You did good tonight, man. You did good.
I've been very good. It depends on the guest. If I get a guy that's hard-headed, we fucking gonna talk shit all night long, apparently.
Wow.
Thank you, Dave. Dave Scheid says Upper Bucks County in PA.
What am I? You just steamrolled over me or something?
No, you've been very. We don't butt heads.
Oh, you've been
Jamie.
good, man.
We don't butt heads. No. We don't butt heads.
And that's unusual for Travis. He thought, it's a lot of things that get in his head.
Is there?
I know this.
Travis, would you agree? I talked to you going to the store, man, and you're like, rah, rah.
Yeah, because
like, what, dude,
everybody had a mask on in there.
Cashier, you got to have a mask. The story, the stay. It's like, sure, dude, kid, just breathe, man, chill. You got to take some yoga classes or something, man. You need some Tai Chi in your life in the morning.
I was at the post office today, and some
Here
lady.
We go.
Can I say it?
And some lady. I love how you dress the public. John Q. Public, you do not like John Q. Public.
Some lady.
Did she have a tournament jersey on? Was that what got you going?
Didn't even look at her, dude. Do you want to hear the story or not, Eric?
I sure do, because I'm always amused by what irritates you. Go ahead.
Okay. You asked for it.
I'm listening. Okay. No, wait a minute. Time out. Is it a political discussion? Or is it just you're generally annoyed by the public's discussion?
I mean, my comeback to her and a few other things might get political.
No,
all right, we won't. All right,
it's been a delightful show, man. I've been loving it.
I don't have.
This is good.
Can I just set the stage? What happened?
What are you, 12? My comeback tour at the post office? How old are you?
Yes, this is Travis. This is the essence of Travis.
A girl.
I don't even look at people. I go in there. It's like
I don't either.
Drop off my thing and walk out.
A lady 5 people back mumbles something at me, and I said something to her. That's all I'm saying.
What did she mumble?
Okay.
Now I need to know.
What she said was, "If I have to wear a mask, why aren't you?"
Oh.
Okay. We'll just leave it at that.
Right.
What else we got here in the comments? True
Jamie,
story.
hey, let's talk about your setup, man. What rod? Let's talk about your setup, man. For how you fish a lot of your baits. Let's go finesse first because we did a whole show on finesse. You got some nice finesse rods. I mean, gear in your lineup. Lures. Let's talk about it, man. What do you like?
I'll be honest. When it comes to gear, I am not super picky. I actually get shit. There's probably people in this chat that know me that I'm not like one of those people that some guys like Shimano this, Shimano, and I'm just like,
fair enough.
I'm like, what do you got for hand-me-downs? Like, this real sweet. I
love
like this.
And yeah.
But what I mean? If I'm fishing, drop shot finesse, it's, usually like a 7-foot medium, 6 to 8 pound sunline.
Okay.
And when it's for jigs or anything else, like really heavier, I'm throwing, medium heavy 7 foot. I keep everything really, really simple.
What's your favorite braid? Because there's a lot of discussion about
Power Pro.
Nice. Have you tried the new Super Slick version 2?
No,
I haven't tried
the old
V2.
Super Slick sucks.
Well, yeah, it does. I got sucked into that. Damn.
It's terrible.
And so you do you do braid to flora, and what kind of knot do you tie?
Yeah, so we were actually talking about that the other day in the you guys were, and then
yeah, we were.
Mr. Liver Lips there was licking up the line. I tie an Alberto.
Yeah, me too.
Or
the Alberto's
I
dynamite.
used to tie a Slim Beauty, which is kind of like that.
Ooh, I haven't heard of that one. Okay,
yeah, that's like a salt, line toe.
Are you a total Gamakatsu man, or you'll throw mustad, whatever? It doesn't matter.
No, I like Gamakatsu for the most part. Yeah.
All right. What about your favorite shaky head hook? Do you like the screwing on the ball, or do you just throw your Ned head for shaky heading?
I throw the Ned head with the offset, the EWG.
For shaky heading.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Will you throw that on your Senko too?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't fish a ton of just shaky heads.
Okay.
I'd rather throw this. It's just I don't know. I just like it better. I have more confidence with it.
How's the hookup ratio when you're doing it weedless on that Ned, when you're nedding? Weedless versus open hook with a weed guard. Do you feel like you get the same hookup ratio as an open hook?
Yes, you just can't fish it the same way. You gotta let them eat it a little more.
Sure. Fair enough. Okay.
Where the other way, you have the exposed hook. It's like you can't really miss. You feel it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Swing it, so.
Yeah. Right on. Yep. Yeah. I got
it.
But cool.
Yeah, definitely.
I gotta grab another White Claw. I'll be right back.
I'm one of those people though. Rods and reels. Like I should be more picky, but I'm not. Like I actually just bought 3 the Johnny Morris Carbon Light.
Dude.
The high speed, like the 8-3-1.
Yeah.
I love those things. I can use those things for like so much shit. And they're for the money. I think they were like maybe $100 each or something. They're on sale.
Yeah. Who makes that? Here's what I want to know. Obviously, Johnny Morris is not manufacturing the reel.
Right.
I wonder what reel manufacturer, maybe somebody out there knows, what company, because there's only a certain number of rod blank companies, right? And reel
maybe if Ryan Doyle from Realist is still on here, he might know.
Oh, the Realist. Does he do reel repair?
Yeah, that's the hat I have on there.
Oh, shoot, man. I didn't see that. Cool, man.
He's a great guy.
Is he up there in Mass?
Yeah. Yeah, he knows his reels inside and out. So he might, if he's on here, he might be able to chime in. And
yeah, I'd like to hear it, man. Cool, man. Cool.
But I kind of fish whatever's working for me. You know what I mean?
Right on. Yeah. What'd you grow up with fishing? Like, were you a pond guy growing up, or what?
Yeah, I actually had a lake up the street from my house, and I didn't grow up. And if my father's watching this, I feel bad. I don't think he is, but he didn't fish. He was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I used to walk down there and go fishing, or he'd drive me somewhere and just stand there, and I'd fish just whatever little puddles were around. My Eagle Claw setup. It was
dude.
The combo I bought at Kmart, and I remember the first pack of culprit red shad worms I bought, and I was hooked. I was like, these things are legit. I was catching fish. I thought I was a fucking pro. I'm like, yeah. No live bait walking down there, just one rod. That was when it was awesome.
Right. I'm getting a lot of somebody says BPS bait casters are loose, spinning is Abu Garcia. Interesting, man. Got a lot of different answers on that one.
I'm not 100% sure.
It doesn't matter. You like them and they work.
Yeah, that reel, that thing's money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see. Bass Pro reels are made by Lew's and also made by Chinese.
Yeah. So what when you're fishing tournaments, like what are the popular lakes up your way?
Well, it's like the lakes region, Winnipesaukee.
Oh, really?
Squam, Newfound.
How's Winnipesaukee fishing right now? Are they grassed or are they spraying the grass up there for you too?
This Winnipesaukee like a factory for like smallmouth.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some guys do really well catching a lot of big largemouth in there. I don't know. I haven't had a ton of luck fishing largemouth there. I don't put a ton of time in up there either. But
I gotcha.
I mean, there's some lakes that are you're gonna have to drive 2.5 hours to, and I guess for another half hour or so, a little bit more, you can get to Champlain certain parts. So.
You like Champlain?
Yeah, Champlain's it's really fun. Anyone that doesn't like Champlain is
crazy.
On drugs. Yeah, Maine's good too. I know there was a guy that was in here the other night. He was talking about Maine, and Maine does have some awesome lakes.
Do you feel a smallmouth is easier to catch than a largemouth?
If they're on a bed, for sure.
Really? A smallmouth will just pick it up immediately?
Oh yeah, it's like you can't even fish tournaments here during the spawn.
Oh, they're closed. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, if you want to bring a kid out and like have fun,
sure.
Go over to the lakes region and just fish the the spawning smallmouth. It's so you roll up, there's beds, you just throw a bait by it, you got to fish.
Yeah. What do you like for bed fishing? Like your favorite technique if you're bed fishing? Not that you target it, but
yeah, I don't really like bed fishing, but if I'm gonna, I'll just throw like a super bright bait, whether it's like a small drop shot with a short leader, or like a bright color, just craw, just pegged and just drag it across.
Right.
I don't really like the idea. I don't want to be one of those people, and this is definitely a touchy subject about bed fishing, but I don't know. I'm not really super into it. I don't really think it's really that great for the fisheries either.
Well, listen.
My thoughts,
So bed fishing is not good for the fishery, for the locals and the non-tournament anglers and the people that, don't fish bass tournaments. They go out there and keep those fish off beds. I see it all the time on Lake Ontario. So I don't think, if I want to go have some fun, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't get into it like I used to. I will, like, if it's my first day, opening day in Lake Ontario, yeah, I'm going to go crack some fish on beds. But or if I'm going to a trophy lake, like I'll go back to Wisconsin, and there's some smaller inland lakes that just have 7-pounders, right? And it's a blast. But after a day or so of that, it does get old. You know what I mean? It's not like something I want to do for 2-3 weeks straight during the spawn.
And if you fish in a derby, you have no choice.
You have to, yeah.
Right. You're just gonna.
My buddy Bink DeCero from Idaho. He's actually.
I'll be right back, Travis.
Yeah.
But get Alex Rudd on. We're going to talk about that. Hold on.
Yeah. Bink was a good buddy of mine. He fished on the Elites back in the day. And word of advice from him, and I'll never forget this. He said, if you're fishing a tournament and it's a sight fishing tournament and you're not looking at the fish, you're going to get beat. Like if guys are catching fish looking at them and you're not doing it, you can't compete. And I think that's true. So if you're forced into that situation, obviously I do it. I do like to bed fish in tournaments. That is one of my favorite ways to fish a tournament because I love spending the hours and the time to go find those 5 big ass fish. And then it's the adrenaline that morning. Are those fish going to be there?
Or are they there? Right?
Yeah. It's like,
has
anyone found them? And you know what? Majority of the time, what I found is they're always there. That's the way it's been for me. Like, I can find those. I look for hard to reach bedfish in a tournament. Like, places where other guys, I'll spend hours and hours. And I remember that one tournament, I made a 120-mile run one way. And I had five fish on a bed. That's what I was going for. Were 5 specific fish. And running that far away, it wouldn't have given me any time to go look for other fish if those fish weren't there. But I was so confident, and it worked out. Even Champlain, I had a tournament in Champlain a few years ago, and the wind kicked up, man. It was terrible wind on day one. And I ran to it, It dirtied the water, but I had the confidence that fish was there. And, I couldn't see him. It took me a while, 10, 15 minutes. And that's grueling. I'm literally 10 feet away from the shoreline in 4-footers. So constantly worried about keeping my boat away from these rocks 4 feet away from me and hoping that this fish that I saw the day before is still there. That sucker freaking bit, dude. It was the most epic. When I got him in the boat, I just freaked out. Bill's pumps were pumping over. I go in my car. I'm like, put your life jacket on. We're out of here. Didn't even pick up the trolling motor. We're getting out of this deal because it was, it was tough. Like it was, if your boat, like, I was literally, the rock wall was right there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So It's fun. I like it.
Wind can be sketchy.
Yeah,
good.
Dude. It's to use a cone to guys. So the flogger, if you're sight fishing, you have to have one. I use it a lot. What else we got here? Yeah, if you let the fish go right away, bed fishing's stupid unless it's a tourney. I agree. I liked it, like I said. Like, if I haven't fished in a year and I'm going to a smallmouth water and they're on beds, like they open the third week in June on Ontario, so those a lot of years those fish are still on beds. I'm gonna go do it for a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, so that's what I mean. It's like it's a touchy subject. That's what I was like. I'm not a fan of it. I know guys catch them that way, but.
Mm-hmm. How many fish?
Champlain's never windy.
How many fish die in tournaments up north because people don't know how to catch fish in deep and fizzing? The tournaments
People just don't know how to handle fish.
Right, but I always go back to this. Yes, fish are going to die in tournaments, but most guys that fish tournaments don't keep 5 bass a day. You don't see stuff like that in the Chesapeake and some places I fish. Most of those guys, for one, if you're catching a 5-fish limit on the Chesapeake, you're obviously a bass fisherman that knows what's up. You're not a weekend person or just a guy out there fishing. So you're not keeping those fish. Ontario and the Great Lakes and northern bodies of water, I mean, let's be real, it's pretty easy to catch 5 smallmouth. I seen massive coolers full from weekend anglers with smallmouth, like you would not believe. So that's how those fish get affected. It's not from the tournament guys. A big tournament comes into town, we kill a handful of fish, it happens, but the guys that are keeping these fish on a regular basis every day out there, that's what's hurting the populations.
Travis, so do you want to know how do you fizz a bass, man? You got to learn how to fizz. Talk to me, dude. I've seen you use the weight clips. I think you fizzed.
So
my fish that one time, that was wild, dude. I was like freaking out, like you're stabbing him.
Yeah. So sometimes you'll have to fizz. Like if I'm in a tournament and it's fairly calm out and I don't have to make a big run, regardless if you believe in this theory or not, because the guys that release the fish at tournaments will fizz them. If it's calm and those fish aren't getting beat up in the live well on my ride back, I'm not going to take the time, because it does take a lot of time out to fizz those fish.
Sorry, I have to do that.
Know,
people are like, you're not holding up baits, man.
So
I got to just throw one in. Don't pay attention to me. Just don't pay attention to the bait in the window, Travis. Don't take any notes.
If I have a major long run back to the weigh-in and I have a good bag, I will definitely take some time to fizz those fish. Otherwise, I'll use the clips to try to keep them upright in the live well until we can get back to the weigh-in. And they're always properly fizzed before we release them. So,
right.
That's my thoughts.
I got you. I'm with you, man. Okay, I get it. That's good. So some people are bringing up, like, bring on your monster bass buddies. Isn't Alex Rudd like a huge YouTuber?
Yeah, in fact, I thought of this today.
What's his subscriber numbers? I mean, bring him on.
I know. In fact, I just thought of this today.
What the heck?
I was this close, and then I was like, oh, I'll deal with it tomorrow.
Yeah, but you got to have Alex Rudd on.
Let me finish.
What does he have on YouTube,
Let me finish the damn story. I'm sure
I can't.
Yes, Alex is going to come on. I'm sure we can get him on. But I actually
Touchdown.
I wanted the founder, the guy who started Lucky Tackle Box, and
even better.
And the founder of Monster Bass on. So I'm going to get Rick on this show.
Now you're using your brain.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm going to do.
Thinking clearly.
But
you woke up. I love it.
It'll probably be during the show when we do the after hours open topic show. Because Rick is kind of like me, not as crazy as me but he's he's a cool dude, man. He's just more
Just keep it to fishing.
He would have a White Claw in his hand. That's all I'm saying.
And that's really cool, man. I'd like to have a freaking drink too some night.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So
let's talk fishing.
Yeah.
If I get that guy and we're gonna talk business,
we are.
We're talking fishing.
We are.
You could F your other stuff,
Yes.
man. I'm like,
yes.
This is what this show's about.
I'm all about
People
it, dude.
Like learn how to fish, new techniques, great baits.
We're gonna have him on.
Baits. Jamie's got a floating Senko. He's got a slopster. Let's talk about how to fish that stuff.
Jamie,
let's get more fish in the live well.
So
yes, baby.
So Jamie just signed a deal with Monster Bass. Can we talk about that or not?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, who knows?
Cool.
If Rick gets mad, he gets mad.
There's no, I won't give you specifics. What's going in, when it's going in, and how it's going in.
So guys, Monster Bass has a subscription box. If you're not aware of it, it's regionally based. A lot of good baits in this box. I just got one in the mail today. Your baits, Jamie.
What's in that box, man?
It's way over there. Your baits are going to be in this box at some point, correct? That's all we'll say.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good.
Yeah. So, Sarah put me and you, Jamie. I never seen myself as a dog.
That's a handsome guy on the left, on the black, whoever that is. That's a handsome dog.
That's a handsome dog, man. You got to get the black dog's got the edge, man, on the camo dog. He's Greek, baby.
The Greek.
She's watching on TV. A lot of people put the show on TV. I think that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Josh asked, what are you guys' thoughts on online tourneys? They're popular in New England. I'm not a fan. I would never, ever sign up for an online tournament. Not saying that people can't do it. He's right. There's way too many opportunities to cheat. Anytime there's money involved, I don't trust anybody.
Sure. And no disrespect.
I fish like a Thursday night derby and it's like $20 and I got, if somebody, I don't know. It's
You made me spill my drink, dude. I mean, I heard the $20 and people are cheating for 20.
Well, that's what I mean. But you have anyone on there, like that guy that wasn't there somebody who had a fake tail made or something for like one of those kayak pitcher tournament deals?
Dang.
Did you guys hear about that? He had like a fake thing and went on his hand, and I don't know.
No way.
Hey.
Yeah.
Eric,
I heard about that.
Eric, I do not want to offend anybody that's into kayak fishing and using a ruler. I don't. I want to make a point.
No. So I think maybe you just said what you needed to say and just leave it.
No,
that's it, Travis.
This is your subconscious talking to yourself to say, you know what? What I'm about to say might offend the kayaker. So let's just leave it alone, man.
Okay, put this. If I catch a big smallmouth, I want to know what it weighs, not how long it is. That's all I'm saying. Fair?
You couldn't help yourself, could you?
Dude, you weigh fish. You don't measure them. That has no... I understand in the kayak event, that's how you have to do it. I get that. But
in the human world, we do measurement and weight.
I want to know how big that fish is.
There you go. Weigh it and
what does that fish weigh? You know what sucks? Dude, no.
Hey, Travis, there you go. It's the same argument.
Okay, I'm not stopping now. I'm not stopping now. No, it's not the same. If you're on the Susquehanna River, it's regional. So, guys, even Joe Raymond will tell you this, who guides on the Susquehanna.
But isn't it all equal?
It's regional. So if you're on the Susquehanna,
why is heavier fish harder
Eric, if you're on the Susquehanna River, you're measuring the fish for some reason. All over the other country, even if you're not in a tournament, you're like, oh, I caught a 20-incher. What does that even mean? Is it 4.5 pounds or 6.5 pounds?
Yeah, but Travis, that's their prerogative. If they want to fish in that,
I'm not bitching. I'm not.
This is the part that fascinates me about you.
I just said
you're irritated by so many environmental things. I don't know how you function.
Weigh them damn fish.
Why?
I want to know what that fish weighs.
In a kayak, you're not in a boat.
I didn't say that. That's why I gave them the fucking out, Eric. I said this isn't against kayakers.
Oh, but it's against kayakers.
No.
Interesting.
I want to know what that fish weighs. That's all, dude.
I like the idea, too, of
why
it's a small nothing tournament. You come in with your fish and everyone sees them, and it's just that feeling of it,
Why do you even care? That's the part that just fascinates me about you. That brain of yours is very interesting to me. It needs to be studied by science.
No, help me out, man. Do I need?
I can't. I can't help you out because it doesn't. Who cares? You don't fish kayak tournaments. You don't even watch them. Why would you even care?
Hold on.
That's the
Let me
part
get
that
through these
fascinates
comments.
me.
Travis,
you watch them?
do you use G Juice or I do use I don't use G Juice because I don't think Gerald's that funny. I use I think it's I don't know.
Once again,
Rejuvenate.
there you go.
I just threw that out there.
I'm gonna keep a score. Yeah, all right. Lady at the post office, G Juice. He's not funny. Kayakers, fucking weigh your fish, you idiot.
Hey, Eric,
What else?
I got
I'm
a
just
great
gonna keep
idea
going.
for a shirt.
There's like 6 things, man.
We're gonna make a shirt. It's like smallmouth crush is like, you know, hate list or something, and just all the names are on the back. It's like a rock and roll, like where, you know, Boston
Tournament jerseys, wrapped
Right.
boats. Oh God, man, the list is endless.
I don't know if the shirt will be big enough.
I don't think it will be. You have to wear pants with it too.
Right, you'll have to have 1 of 10.
I don't know where I'm at in these comments, but I'm trying to catch up here.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys keep up. with
No,
these comments.
it's hard.
It's a lot of work.
When we go through moments like that, it just starts to flood. It's like,
oh, there we go. We got a thumbs down
I think
from a
Eric needs a
kayaker.
raise. He does a good job of keeping up with these comments.
We got a thumbs down from a kayaker. Listen, I personally know kayakers, and I'm friends with them. If they know me, they know I'm just talking shit, but I'm kind of serious. Weigh your damn fish.
okay, Travis, the Kayakers Association will take it under consideration if they really care about what the fuck you think.
Yeah.
They don't give a damn, dude. Stay in your swim lane. They're going to have it at the annual meeting. Well, Travis Manson from Smallmouth Crush really flamed us the other night. I think we should talk about this topic seriously.
All in favor, aye.
Oh, yeah, we love it.
Brian Thrift. Oh, yeah, Brian Thrift. That's another one. Rich tournament anglers that didn't make it on their own. Oh, my God, the list. It's rich daddies that sponsor their kids. This list is endless. Oh, wait till everybody starts chiming in. They remember. Your fans have long memories. They have 20-inch memories.
And Pink looks great to them.
How many pounds memory is that?
And Pink looks great to them.
They got 6.6 pounds of memory, bro.
Right.
Oh.
Mike goes, I'm a spaz.
Oh, yeah. Registered nurses. That's right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, you're getting toasted. It's coming now. You cannot stop the wave. It's over.
I think the post office lady just gave you a thumbs down.
Yes. So, Jake, at this point, you might not be able to go back and read the comments. So, whatever you were looking for, you need people.
I just wanted to, I'm sure there was some stuff in there I didn't get to answer, and I always like to go back and give the people what they want.
Travis runs over kayakers on lakes. Wait your damn fish! Buzzing the shore.
I love kayakers. I have no problem with them. I don't.
Guy's trying to measure his fish, and Travis swamps him, and his fish slides off the ruler into the lake. Should have waited.
Okay, Saints got a question. Sorry to keep asking, just wondering, in regards to tidal water, how do you decide when to hit certain spots on certain tides? It's something I'm trying to get better at. I'm going to freeze the comments and then go back to looking at them. Let me explain that. So, to me, here's my, and I know Eric and I kind of disagree, but not really. I guide every day normally on tidal water. So it doesn't matter to me what the tides are. I don't even look at them. I show up and then make decisions. You have to catch fish in a tournament regardless if it's low, high, or whatever. Now, if you have key spots, let's say I found some grass fish.
Yeah.
There's going to be, moving water is going to help, obviously. So
sure.
I'm going to take those things into consideration, but I am not a tide looker. I just fish. It's weird. Ryan was just bitching at me for not doing this. I would say I fish the moment, But my strengths during a title.
So when you're guiding, you fish the moment more, man.
Even in a tournament, dude. Like if it's a bad tide and I know the fish are there, I'm gonna go fish for them. Even if there might be a better tide elsewhere, I don't have the confidence in that other spot.
Yeah.
So
that might just come with 4 years on the water. I mean, timing and you have enough days on the water, but I think a guide, you're in a predicament. You're not out there fishing to time things. You're out there to put your clients on fish, right?
Sure.
And so if you've got an area where fish are grouped up, like pre-spawn, post-spawn, spawn, right? I mean,
you can catch fish if you have fish grouped up. You can catch them at a high, low, and still tide, regardless of the situation.
We'd agree, but that really doesn't help him. So there's some general rules of
title. Go ahead. Yes, take over, Eric.
No. I would just like to differ a little bit. We agree in part because, I think you can catch them in all stages of the tide. But I think you would agree that there is no denying the last 2 hours of the outgoing and the first 2 hours of the incoming are going to be spot on. And you got that slack tide in the middle, which is tougher to get a bite, right? Do we agree there? The last 2 hours can be just bang on. And the reason for this, so let's talk about the Delaware River. You fished it much?
No.
Travis?
A handful of times.
So it's really, really difficult. Like I fished tidal from the Eastern Shore, Potomac, Upper Bay, Delaware, Nanacoke, Pocomoke, Chop Tank. I fished wind-driven tidal spots where it's driven by the wind. And here's one thing's for sure. When the tide is high on different spots, it's almost an impossible task to get a bite, right? Because if you're fishing where there's not vertical cover, and St. Chris, this is for you. So I tend to want to look for vertical cover where fish can move up and down, right? Think about a seawall. On higher tide, those fish are just going to move up and down the pole on the bulkhead, right? So I'd rather fish a bulkhead than I would a pad field. At the end of the low tide, the last 2 hours, the water is draining out of the pad field. It's pulling the bait to the edge of the pad field or the grass bed. So look for lower tide edge spots, right? That's another tip for you, St. Chris. I think there are certain coves and bays where fish feel more comfortable on a rising tide because it's coming over their head in a grass bed. So they're more comfortable and they're not buried in the mat. You follow me? So
I'm sorry. Yes, I agree, Eric.
Yeah.
2 comments in a row.
Because that doesn't really help him to say I can catch him on any tide. So guess what? He's sitting in the same spot he used to and not knowing what to do.
You're right. I'm thankful for you being on this show tonight, Eric, to shed some light on that subject. Okay, thank you.
No, I'm just saying.
I get it.
And look, like in a pad field, St. Chris. I mean, like
for
me, I figured out a technique a couple years ago on flooded pad fields. Get yourself and this is summertime, right? When the fish are settled into their summertime patterns. Clearly on low tide, they're going to pull to the edge. So that last 2 hours, if you have found a group of fish, man, go after it, get to the edge and fish the edge.
All right, real quick. 3 things here. I'm just looking at the comments as you guys are talking. I have to talk about 3 of them because there's 3 in a row.
Yeah.
One goes, poor little crush. I can hear Travis now. He's got it in his mouth. Jack him. But daddy. Then we have Jamie. Jamie Juice goes, can someone fish Travis? He's floating upside down. And then Tom goes, we're all much more stupider for what we just heard. LMAO. It's all good.
Tom Nee. Of course Tom Nee would say that about you, right?
No, that's not Tom. That was Tom Pavlot Jr.
Oh, that's funny, man. That's good stuff.
Oh, this is funny. Good. Guys, and here's the problem.
You're welcome, bro.
I just want to say something to all my viewers out there. I mean no disrespect. I honestly, if we were buddies, if we knew each other, like I feel I know you guys commenting. That's why I'm saying this stuff. I feel like I know you guys. And if you were my buddy talking, if you were my best friend, you love kayak fishing, I would say the same shit to you right now. And it would be funny. So I hope I'm coming across that way. And sometimes I know it's hard on social media. I have the best intentions when I talk shit. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think so. People love that part about the show when we get on each other. I mean, that's what makes people laugh.
I think when you're talking shit to them, they should thank you when you're done.
That's right, man. Yeah, man. David Brown, I love Bang. I love any scent, man. I think it does matter a little bit. I really do. And maybe it's just a confidence thing. Maybe it masks our human odor. You know what I mean? But there have been days where if I've got some scent on it, and some of the scent that I use, like Smelly Jelly with UV, it's Bass Feast. It's got some UV flake. It's adding a little bit of pink flake and green flake to whatever bait I'm throwing. For some reason, man, I feel like I'm getting bit more. Don't know why. Especially during the spawn for some reason.
Hey,
man.
Steve wants to know for each of you the craziest thing that's ever happened to you in a tournament fishing. I'm gonna go last, but Eric, if you have do you have a small story that would be like a memorable or a crazy thing that happened? And
man, like
Jamie,
like
I'm coming to you next.
Pulling out a win at last.
It could be
minute,
anything, whatever you feel is crazy in your mind. I would love to hear that story.
Yeah, I mean, it happened to me last year. So me and my partner Scooter Lilly were fishing on the Roanoke River, and so we had about 11 pounds with like 30 minutes to go, and Scooter lost 2 big 4-pounders. I didn't fish clean that day either, so we're sitting on a punky limit, and there was a boat in front of us that had just gone through a brush pile. It's pretty much a community brush pile, right? So Scooter's throwing a bait caster with a pretty, it's a stout setup, right? Because, we're going into thick cover. And I don't really know where this brush pile is. I'm looking at where he's casting. I'm going, okay, I'm going to cast behind him. Maybe I'll contact the cover. So it's like my third cast in, and I finally hit some of the cover. And I'm throwing a spinning rod. Now I'm throwing 10-pound test leader to 10-pound braid. I mean, super light, way too light for a brush pile, right? And so I'm like shaking it on this one limb, and then I pull it over. And then it falls down. I'm throwing a worm, by the way, with like, I don't know, maybe 3/16 ounce weight. A lot of current pumping through this. Pull it up to the second limb, shake it, falls over. Travis, what are you doing, man? Right in the middle of my story.
I know. I just read Travis's comment. How do you think the guy who has a damn bump board tattoo on his leg feels right now?
Oh, wow, that hurts.
You ever see the guys?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Eric, keep going.
That's okay. That's okay, man. That's okay. Yeah, so pull it up to the next limb, and it falls down. I feel the tick, set the hook. I mean, this fish has me buried in the brush pile. And I'm like, Scooter, you got to go get this fish. It's a big fish, man. And so he turns around, and he goes, you're freaking throwing a spinner rod in there? And I'm like, yeah, man, just go get the fish. And so I'm like putting light pressure, not trying to hog on the fish, and the fish finally swims out as he's moving over to the and it's a 793. At the end of the day, that's my biggest tournament fish to date. 796, sorry, 796, and that popped us up to like 17 pounds, and we cashed for 5th place and got a trophy. So that's one of my recent crazy stories. Nothing like finding a body or a head, Travis.
Right. Jamie, you're up. You're up.
I don't know if I can top that. That was pretty good.
What's one of your memorable?
I think it was probably last year when I was fishing with my buddy on Champlain, and we ran probably 65 miles north out of Thai in an 18-foot nitro. Went out to our first spot, caught about 30 pounds.
Oh, my God.
Ran back. Well, it was an 8-fish limit, too, so it was like 31 pounds. We got there. We decided to go there. We thought it was going to be we ended up having more time coming back. We didn't think we would have the time, so we said, let's go do it. We ran up there. We cracked them. The wind just started kicking up. Trolling motors out of the water. We're heading back. We make it back. Barely. We're taking water over. The boat won't get up on plane. I got to jump up on the front deck.
Oh, my God.
Disaster. We get back. There's this big oil slick behind us. His trim's leaking. A bolt fell off, went in there, cracked the housing. We ended up JB welding it that night in the hotel parking lot.
What the heck?
And we didn't run north the next day. We weren't able to get on the same fish, and we kind of shit the bed. But it was pretty good because I think if we made the run the second day, we would have got the fish, but we may have died too because we probably sunk the boat. It's an 18-foot nitro. It has it doesn't belong out running there, and we ran far.
That's crazy. Travis, we know you got some good ones.
I have a couple. Most, I guess, so it's nothing like crazy ass stories, but just the most memorable experiences tournament fishing. One was, I keep talking about, but the 120-mile run was the first time I ever had to run that far in one direction, one way. So 240 miles in one day in a bass boat was pretty crazy. But it was just because it was a neat experience. But the most memorable was my last ever Bassmaster Elite Series on Lake Champlain. And I was on Oneida Lake, and I was fishing a topwater bite. And I was struggling, guys. I needed to cash a check. And I was one fish away. I had a good day one, good day two. Or I'm sorry, good day one and day two I had 4 fish. And I had to be in at like 2:30. And I had 4 fish in the live well at 2 o'clock. And I stayed in the same area. Me, KVD, whoever won Angler of the Year that year. I think it was real good dude. I can't think of his freaking name. Anyways.
It'll come to you. Keep going.
Yeah. So we were fishing a little area, and they were blowing up every once in a while. It wasn't hot and heavy. And I seriously, like, dude, I needed some gas money to get home. Okay? I did. I did.
Well, what were you throwing? Sticking with the top
I
water?
was throwing that Popar, the Poppin' Image Junior, the one that's retired somewhat.
Yeah, you mean the Spitting Image?
Yeah, Spitting Image. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, Poppin'
I'll
Image.
keep you straight.
Poppin' Image.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and dude, I kept looking at my watch. I kept looking at my graphs. I'm like, dude, I knew I needed one more fish. Like I knew I didn't have it. It wasn't even maybe I'll have it. I knew I was out 10 grand. You know, and dude, and here's the deal. So can I tell you a side note? Which I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I don't care. So prior to that, like 3 months prior, I was, how do I say this? Not sound. I had a good friend of mine whose mother was what you would call a I don't know.
A shaman.
She was very spiritual.
A fortune teller.
A very spiritual girl. Okay, hear me out. This is true. I don't make this shit up, Jamie.
She was like a shaman.
Yeah, so
a medium.
Shaman.
Yeah, so
a medium.
That's it. She read my palm or did some touches, energy touch points and stuff. And
Reiki master.
Yeah, Reiki. And so she said, your grandpa is looking out for you, and he's asking you why you don't ask for help when you need it. Okay, I swear to God. And I remember on Ontario, I was in my head, or Oneida, I said, kind of whispered, because I don't want my calling to think I was weird. I go, Grandpa, I need some freaking help here, bro. Like, hook me up with a fish, okay? I swear to God, on the next cast, that motherfucker bit, right? And it was freaking, dude, epic. Like all, you can't understand, when you're younger and you need 10 grand, you know what I mean? You got credit card, you don't know if you're going to be able to fish next year. It was like, you're freaking, you know what I mean? I'm in that situation. And that fight lasted it was like a 2-minute fight, but it felt like 20 minutes. And I get this smallmouth, dude. It was my 5th fish. And I'm literally looking at the clock. I got 8 minutes to get back to the ramp, okay? Wow. I'm 5 minutes away. I could care less about the drive. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was thinking about getting this fish in the boat. I go down to the driver's seat. The smallmouth comes up. I pin him to the side of the boat. I grab him like this. I wish I knew the guy, my co-angler that day, because here's the funny story. I met some people that told me the story. Like, hey, you fished with that guy and I'll tell you what happened. So I pin this smallmouth. I flip him in the bottom of the boat, dude, and I literally grab my co-angler and fucking, I don't even know, tackle him in the boat. Like, hug him, celebrate for like 10 minutes, dude. Like, longer than I should have.
10 minutes?
He's like, dude, you got to get to the ramp. I'm almost crying. I'm like so shaking. I will never forget that, dude. Like, I can't. Yeah, that's why I tournament fish. I'm sorry, but that memory right there was worth everything.
Don't be sorry.
And so,
yeah, of course.
Anyway,
that's what it's all about.
I get back to the ramp, dude, and I'm just loving life. And you know what? To this day, every time I drive from Oneida to work, even if I had a bad tournament and I'm driving to that weigh-in, I think of that day as I'm driving back. So it doesn't matter if I fucking suck that day or not. I think of that day as I'm coming into the launch. And we're launching at that shitty-ass boat ramp on the sandy beach. That memory comes to mind, knowing I got my 5 fish, I'm getting my 10 grand. And that was the last elite tournament I ever fished. And that's why that lure doesn't get used unless I'm on Oneida Lake in a tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
there
man.
you go.
That's cool.
There you go. Sorry.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
How big was the smallie? People want to know.
I think I'm guessing I have to look back. I had a 16, 17 pound peg for 5, so it was a 3+ pounder.
Were you well inside the cut? You didn't.
Oh yeah. No, I was
okay, gotcha.
30 something. But without that fish, I never would have got there.
Right. Without asking your grandpa for help, man. That's cool.
Dude, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I think we all have moments like that in our life where something unexplained happens, and
like I literally was fucking pop, pause for hours. You know what I mean? I didn't have a bite since noon, dude.
Wow,
you know what I mean?
2 hours.
And we got like 10 minutes to go, and I'm just like, I'm like, Grandpa, okay, if this is real, hook me the fuck up right now.
Yeah, man, that's dynamite.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a cool one. No, it's a great story.
Anyways, so we got...
My buddy saw a coffin floating down the Potomac.
Oh, tell us about that. Tell us about that.
Well, his name, I call him Ron Hallen, man. I mean, it was during a flood, man, and it must have gotten into a cemetery, man, and he swore up and down he saw a freaking coffin floating down the river.
From what?
I don't know. A graveyard? I got a story for you. So I'm driving on the Potomac. I'm in the Washington Channel, right? Or just about to get into the Washington Channel, above Blue Plains. And I'm driving this is when I had a tracker boat. And I'm driving along and I look to the shoreline. I'm like, man, what are those people doing in like skin-colored wetsuits?
Okay.
And I'm like, those aren't wetsuits. They're buck naked. Together. That's all I'm going to say.
What?
They was naked.
Yeah, Joshua, Brent Chapman won Angler of the Year that year.
Brent Chapman. He is a good guy. I like Brent Chapman, man. Wow, how'd they know that?
They follow the Elite Series, man.
That's right. Thank God somebody does. All right.
I'm just trying to catch up on the comments here.
Right on, man.
Oh, favorite cheese and favorite Packer player. That's probably, I like that one, Brandon. No, Brandon.
I can answer it. Brett Favre, and he doesn't like cheese.
Brett Favre.
Yeah.
But Brett Favre. Yeah. I got another tournament story for you, man.
Yeah,
so
let's hear it.
I'm fishing a derby up at a Middle River, and I'm throwing one of my favorite original Ricos, like that I bought at Delta Tackle. And for all you Potomac heads out there that fish way back in the day, man, they were $25 a pop. And I think I retired it. It's up there. And man, I've got my limit. It's a decent limit, but I need to like cull 2 fish out. Throw it up against the shore grass, man, pop it twice. Pickerel comes up and eats it. I lose the pickerel and the bait. And I've only got one. And I'm like dying. Like an hour later, and I'm throwing stuff. I'm not getting bit on my other plugs, And I look, and there it is floating like 50 yards down the bank. He spit the bait out, and I got it back and called the 2 fish. And I had a good finish. Isn't that crazy? Lucky. Getting a bait back's pretty cool.
Oh, man.
You all right, Jamie?
Yeah.
These comments.
You loving them?
I need to think about that story every time I'm at the post office. I gotta show you that. Let me get that bait, guys. I gotta show that bait off.
Yeah, man, get that bait, bro. I'm gonna get my little Rico out. I think it's my.
Look at this solo on the screen. It's my solo debut.
I had it the other day. I had it out. Where is it? Come on. There you go. That's it. That's the one.
What do you got, Eric?
I got a Rico. I'm going to show my Rico. That Rico I retired. It's one of the old ones, man. It's one of the first ones I bought, man.
D. Clark goes, Joe Raymond told me if you spend enough time on the water, you'll either find a body or be the body. Truth.
That's funny, man.
I bet your
Rico.
grandpa knew the length of the fish, not the weight.
That was a good one.
I've caught a dead deer, a 6-point buck on a sweet beaver.
Okay, that's really weird.
I snagged that bitch in. I got a video on my old phone. I'll have to bring that up.
Yeah, Hello Bass, I've thrown Yellow Magic. Definitely the Ricos. The Evergreen Ones Bug is one of my top ones. I mean, from a pop-and bait perspective, definitely like the larger size Rio Rico. Faux show.
Any tubes in the works for Samatis?
Yeah, people had asked that
I
question.
was in the market for a tube mold, and it was just it was already made and everything, but it was just beat up. It needed a ton of work. It just wasn't worth the money. I'd like to get a tube mold though, for sure.
Yeah. No, Nate, man, I think the new Ricos are great too, man. There's a little bit of difference. I mean, even in the old ones, there were some interesting. You know, one might have a little bit louder sound. Some would have a little tinnier sound. I don't think it matters, man. It's the action. Rick Clunn recently put up a really, really good video on chuggers versus spittas. You know, a chug bait, the old pop R, right? You know, a chug bait versus a spitting walking bait that you can move much, much faster. Joshua Hurdy, that's what I'm talking about, man. The Pop R versus Rico, absolutely. And the whole evolution of that and the mold that they made. It was pretty cool, Jamie. You can appreciate this. They screwed the mold up for the next level of the Rebel Pop R, and it was missing the cupped lip. And so that was the origin of creating the Rico bait.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There it is.
Man, that's it, dude. That's just beat up.
I did a whole YouTube video on this guy, but that's it right there, dude.
Just beat up. Paint shoot off of it.
I've been throwing that bitch for years.
Nice.
And you can't. I mean, I almost should stop, right?
You should.
Like, do you throw it again?
Dude, that belongs in a shadow box with a note. Thank you, Grandpa.
Yeah. But it still,
I mean, honestly, right?
Oh, I almost won the BFL 3 years ago on Oneida with this bait again. So
well, then maybe you should keep throwing
I do keep, because listen, I have other ones just like it. But in the tournaments, yeah, I'm not throwing this in practice or any other time. And I'm going to throw this on 17-pound mono. And even though it's pike and pickerel infested areas of the north, I still have confidence that I'm going to get this bait back. Is that okay to think that way?
I honestly think it is. And you know what? If you lose it one day, it's gone to good use, man. You look up to the sky and you point and you thank him.
Dude, I don't know if I'd be able to handle it. I don't know, honestly.
What would you do?
I would cry on the boat for sure.
Can you show that clip of us on the Upper Bay, man, tournament fishing where I caught that one big one, then I lost that one, and your two different reactions. Travis is high strung.
No, but
that's all I'm going to tell you. Travis is very high strung in derby situations.
For our next miscellaneous topic night,
yeah,
I will cue those up because we talked about that a few times. We do need to show some guys because that might have got lost. A lot of people haven't seen that. We do need to bring that episode up. That's where I caught a couple of catfish right away on a crankbait. Right, we went up the Susquehanna or the Sassafras to start.
Yeah.
Right? And then we pulled into an area and you caught that's when I kissed that catfish.
You did. You French kissed it because you were throwing the sea rig and catching catfish and I was throwing that jig and catching bass. It was weird.
You started cracking
I thought you were oh my God. Yeah. Like a 4, a 6, and a 3. It was crazy.
Yeah, we still got paid that day, but we didn't win it. We didn't win.
No. We should have won it if I didn't break that fish off.
I know.
And I was Nico rigging that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the first time I threw the Nico in front of you.
True.
Yep. And you had to dead stick it, Jamie. These fish were on a seawall, and the only way you could get bit is if you dead stick the bait. Literally, I'd pitch it. It'd be parallel with the seawall. You just had to believe they were there. And every time I would contact gravel, I knew I was in the bed. And literally just straight up shaking it and stopping it and leaving it. I'd leave the bait in the same spot for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It was so painful.
Patience.
And then all of a sudden it was like tick, 5 comes in the boat.
Yeah. And then we need one more stupid fish.
Oh yeah.
And I'm leaving up Eric's on the front of the deck. We're under a rope. We're in a restricted area almost, right? Like most boats
not restricted, but
not by law. But most people want to put their boat where we were.
That's true. That's true.
And I had confidence in Eric. I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, I got the bite.
And he got the bite.
And man, loaded up. I saw the fish under the surface. Travis had the net.
I had the net ready to go, dude. And then it pops
and
up.
All
I'm
of a sudden, you see my
all this mad scientist, years in the garage, down in the basement, bait guy, everything would just roll through my head. Like, how in the did that even happen, Eric?
You know why? I didn't retie.
That's a lame excuse.
No, it was idiotic.
It was.
Man.
That's just my fault.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe I had a nick in the line. No, I retied during that tournament. I just might have had a nick in the line because, I'm pitching it right up against that seawall. It's metal. I'm in rock and gravel, but I mean, I don't know, dude. My fault.
Yeah.
Bad knot. Nervous. Bad knot.
Something like that.
You should have gave it the triple lick knot. You'd have been good to go.
I should.
Oh my God!
All right, so
sweet balsa wood topwater. I'd like to know about a balsa wood topwater. The old Bango spin tail, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good comments, man.
Anyways,
sounds like it's time to.
At this point in the show, I gotta just let everybody know, Jamie, it's been a great night. We got go on his website. You get one pack. Buy one pack, get 75% off. What's ever left in the inventory right now at this point. And I'm sure tomorrow you'll wake up and restock, right? Refresh the website
I'll
a
get
little
up
bit.
First thing in the morning and have my Wheaties in my underwear and go out there and start shooting immediately. I'll FaceTime you while I'm doing it.
Make sure it's early. He'll be sleeping.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We had a great show tonight.
It was awesome.
I think.
Yeah, it worked
No
out.
doubt.
I appreciate you guys having me on here.
It was fun.
Absolutely,
it
man.
was fun.
Enjoyed meeting you, Jamie.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
So, Jamie, you got to get off now, or do you want to hang out? It's up to you.
I don't know. My phone's reading yellow, whatever that
Yeah,
means.
you're low. You're low on steam.
Low.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It was awesome. I appreciate it. Again,
I would hate for the phone just to die, and then that was it. Like, man,
Yeah,
that guy's
right.
a real asshole.
yeah, right.
Just hung up on us.
I get it. Fair enough. All right, buddy. We're going to let you go. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Cool. Thank you,
Thanks
Jamie.
for having me, guys.
And
Absolutely, man.
Hopefully you don't delete all those comments because I'd like to go back
No,
and
we're
maybe
staying.
reach out to some people. And if anyone
Cool.
does have any questions, definitely go on the website. And there's a messenger section on there. There's a contact us. If you're looking for whatever, looking for a custom color, we'll do it. It's going to be a minimum of a bunch of baits, but we can talk.
Perfect.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
All right, guys.
Sounds
Thanks
good.
a lot.
All right,
Thanks
buddy.
a lot, Jamie.
All right,
Appreciate
thank
it, man.
you.
Have
We'll
a good
see
night,
you.
man. Take care, man.
All right,
See you.
let's see you. All right, Eric. It's just you and me right now.
You and me, man. What are we going to talk about now?
You're gonna go pull up some stupid ass bait behind you. I'm gonna go get another White Claw, and we're gonna wrap this show up here.
No, I don't think I'll pull out a stupid bait behind me.
Oh. Can you think of something while I just go in the bathroom and grab a beer in a second?
I think I might go grab a snack right now and
Oh.
just let the screen go blank.
All
I
right.
mean, you're going to have to sit there,
No,
pal.
let's do that and see how many people are still watching when we come back.
Are we really going to walk away at the same time?
No,
that
we
would be
can't
a
do that.
show first.
You know what I think would be funny is
Yeah.
at some point in the show when I leave and be like,
Yeah.
hey guys, I'll be right back, and it was getting late. That you guys
just
both
don't come back?
No, that you guys just don't come back, and I come back to empty screen the whole time.
That would be good.
Man, what a good
That would
show!
be good.
That was awesome.
Yeah, man. Awesome, man.
Just when you think it couldn't get better. I'm really excited about his drop shot baits, Eric, because I throw crosstails a little bit, not as much as I
Yeah.
used to, but
Yeah, why'd you get away from it?
I felt like there was
Like, let me ask you a question. Like, why would you have thrown a crosstail shad versus a spirit shad?
honestly.
Like, I mean, is there
yes.
from a smallmouth guy's perspective? Look, that's your jam.
Okay,
man.
I'll be honest with you, and I
Please explain to me.
I know Will makes baits, and he likes to market it as perch baits and things like that.
Right.
If I'm not fishing a goby infested body of water for smallmouth,
Okay. Are all Great Lakes goby infested?
yes, but
Okay, got it.
keep this in mind. At the same time, I've caught plenty of good smallmouth in non-goby infested waters with a spirit shad. It does
makes
resemble a
complete
bait
sense
fish.
because-
However,
It's a bait fish profile. All right.
if I'm around perch, okay, I was
Ooh,
always going
now
to
we're
throw
talking.
the IU. What were we talking about? Crosstail
Crosstail.
shad. I would, but this bait here is very similar to crosstail, but it's
It
ribbed.
looks like it.
It's not as smooth. It stands perpendicular when you stop movement of the bait. And a crosstail is just going to fall flat, okay?
Yeah.
Regardless of the hook size, whether it be a 1/0 or a size 1 or size 2 drop shot hook. But this bait's going to stand up more. It's going to give a more, to me, I would have more confidence throwing this over a crosstail shad.
Right. Now, let me ask you a question. Can you identify when you are marking bait the difference between perch and goby? Like, how do you do that? Like, how do perch show up on your graph?
You're not going to mark gobies, really. You're going to mark schools and pods of bait, fish, and perch. Especially, I'm talking like Champlain, Oneida, although Oneida's got a lot more gobies in it now.
Sure.
And listen, the spirit shad in a perch color is killer. I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying it would be in my rotation to see if the crosstail would get more bites or not. That's all.
Right. Do you ever remember a tube called a fat butt tube, Travis?
No.
Somebody asked. Joshua Herding did. No, Joshua, I've never heard of a fat butt tube. But I will tell you, man, that stupid tube concept is got my attention. Bob Cherry won a derby, our local derby, on it one time. I like how it sets up, but I never liked the hookup ratio. That was the big problem with that setup. But apparently you got to have a thinner walled tube to do that technique and the right hook.
Yeah.
I'd like to see you check that out.
Mm-hmm.
But you just rather lose like 50 jig heads. You don't care. I've watched you roll through open jig heads, man. You don't care. You just do it. You just deal with the snags.
When I'm fishing a tube, if I'm punching a tube, obviously I'm going to rig a Texas rig.
Of course. Yeah, it's completely different. No, we're not talking about that.
If we're in questionable coverage,
I've done that with you, dude. You got snagged a ton, but you caught a ton.
I have to throw a tube with an exposed hook with a tube insert. It's going to give that fall that I'm looking for. A Texas rig tube is no good to me.
Fair enough. All right, here's the other question. So you got some interesting tube heads from Brovarni.
Yes.
Have you tried them?
No.
Why don't you show them? Will you like to show them? That's something that is new for Travis. That's not typical ball head or tube insert.
What would you think about getting him on the show one night?
I mean, the guy that created the original swim jig, of course.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. He's looking for some flat rubber, and I only have a little bit. I want to know what's on his mind. He's got an idea.
Yeah, I don't have those. I wouldn't know where they are. I wouldn't be able to get them quick enough. But they're very interesting. I'm gonna definitely plan on using those.
Well, I know what it's like. So why does that have your attention? Because the head won't roll over?
If you're dragging, I think it's a perfect combination.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It would keep the bait flat. So what we're talking about, guys, the way this tube head is designed is, your bait, because of the shape of the tube insert, it's flatter. That's the only way to describe it. It's not a round tube insert. So instead of your bait rolling and snagging more on cover, it just stays straight. I think it's a kind of cool concept. Definitely. I'm dying to try it.
It is. Can I get another beer and go to the bathroom?
I was going to get a snack, man.
Well, what are we going to do, bro? We can't.
I think you're going to have to hold it.
I've been holding for 10 minutes now.
All right, you entertain while I go get a snack. I'll be right back.
Okay, go. Really? All right, go ahead.
It's your turn. I'll keep my headphones on. I want to hear what you do with the fans.
Fair enough.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Travis, you're on. What are you going to show them?
Well, since I have my topwater box here, I'll just go through some of my pop-ars since we were talking about that earlier tonight. I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm going to fish a pop-ar style bait, the first bait I always go to is that guy right there. And I'm not sure what color that is. I'm going to say Tennessee Shad, but it's a Poppin' Image Junior. Now, and it might be my bias over the bait, but I feel... Oh, I put him up here. I feel this guy that I should retire. I feel that one has a much better action and sound in the water than a newer one. So even though I'll throw these, I still gravitate. That's my baby there. But I do like them in the baby bass, or I guess you could call this fire tiger. And if you have some sunfish, if you're fishing a pop-ar around spawning bluegill, sunfish, things like that, I do like that color a lot. just looking at the comments as I'm going through. I'm from Winnie County, Wisconsin. What else we got here? So obviously, guys, I do like Ricos. So I got the Rio Ricos and the normal Ricos. I got a bunch of them in colors I love. So bone, straight black, shad color, perch. I got the Splash It.
If you could only throw one color, what would it be?
It would be my Tennessee Shad, dude.
10-4.
You're gonna laugh at me, but this baby here catches fish still.
What is it?
I'm not telling. You're not watching. Screw you.
Okay.
Oh man, this Savage. Yeah, it's Savage baits. In the Great Lakes or the northern bodies, when we fish smallmouth around, we'll get a bug hatch, a mayfly hatch. When it's a dead calm out, I don't care if it's pre-spawn. I don't care if the water temperature is 54 degrees. When you have a warm day and it's dead calm in May, and the mayflies start to hatch, I throw this. This is a Savage gear. I'm not even sure what it's called. I have a couple different colors. This is bone, obviously. It's a prop bait. There's no hook on the back. That's just a feather. There's one hook up front. I'm going to throw this bait during that time, and I've had some amazing days, topwater smallmouth with that bait. I think this is a Hog Farmer Popar.
We finally get some secret baits at Travis.
Mega size. Yeah, we do have some secret baits in here.
There you go.
I got some. I'm not even, dude. I had 4 beers. Okay. Don't call them beers. They're White Claws.
Oh, sorry. You're right.
Yellow Magic is going to be another topwater popping bait that I'll use. A client of mine I took on the Chesapeake Bay 2 years ago from Texas turned me onto those baits. In fact, that was a bait he gave me, and it's legit. Now I got a couple prop baits in here that the depths, I don't even know, is that even worth my time? But I got a bunch of colors in that. I want to give it a whirl. Yeah, I've never had. What are you eating, by the way, Eric?
I had a cotton bar.
Oh.
Yeah. Just got a little snack. I figured, people didn't watch me eat.
Well, welcome
Tom,
back.
Busting out the P70, man, the OG. You ever watch, hey, Tom, this is Eric. I'm asking you a question directly. So, Craig Powers. Did you ever read an article about Craig Powers and how he threw that P70, Travis?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. No, I haven't.
Well, since Tom brought it up, man, so Craig Powers he'd have a very specific rod and a very specific way, and he would just literally like live and die by that bait, man. The old P70 Pop R. Do you know about it?
No.
You don't know about it? I'll bring one out. They're hard to find. So it's a bigger bait, right? And I think, Tom, you could correct me if I'm on the right path, or just tell me if I'm on the right path. I think his favorite was either Tennessee Shad or Chrome Blue. So this is an old P70 Pop R. I'm going to hold up a regular Pop R and show you the difference. Let me get a regular Pop R.
Sean goes, when I fish topwater for smallmouth, what do you target structure? Rock piles? Yeah, if you get around, it depends on the body of water. So if it's an inland lake, I'm going to be fishing around rock and grass for smallmouth. On the Great Lakes, man, you could throw a Pop R in 20 to 30 foot of water. And on a calm day, those fish are going to come up.
So here's the P70 up top. This is the P70, and that's Tennessee Shad. And this is the regular size Pop R. See the difference in the bait? It's a monster bait, right? And the old P70 had a 1 knock in it. It's a lead ball. Yeah, Chrome Blue. So here's the Chrome Blue one. And, it's a much bigger bait. So he would pitch this, oddly enough, on a very light bait caster. And he loved almost like a pistol grip, dude. And he would learn how to get it low and put it in places that most people couldn't put a Pop R.
I'll be right back, buddy.
Yeah. And so he won a ton of money on that bait. I met him at a show, and that's how I got turned on to his balsa baits. We're talking about Craig Powers, by the way. and he makes the CP 1, 2, and 3. He also makes the Big Humble. Some people were talking about it tonight, but he's the guy that trained under Sonny McFarland from Flat Shad on how to make a bait. But when he showed me his rod, because he brought it to the Timonium Bass Show, for all you bass heads out there that used to go to the Timonium Maryland Bass Show, he showed me it was on a Loomis blank, and it was like, I don't know, it was less than 7 foot. It might have even been 6.5 foot. And he would totally pitch it low to the ground under overhang cover. And he learned it from his father. And, on grass fisheries, for all you grass heads out there, working a pop R through a heavy grass bit is not easy. But he would pitch it to holes and literally just, this bait will stay in place if you've got the right action rod. So, because it's a chugger and not a spitter. So a lot of the baits Travis showed you were spitters, right? And Rick Clun just did a real cool talk on it. And the way to identify that is the lip on this bait protrudes, so it chugs. You can get it to back up too. And the lip on this bait is much shallower, so it spits and you can move it faster. You got to really let the bass dictate what they want on the particular day that you're throwing a pop R, whether you pick a chugger or a spitter. But it was a fascinating story that Rick just talked about. But Craig Powers, Google it, man. I think the articles are still out there about how he threw that bait and what he did with it. But it's a confidence thing. And I think that's a great classic example, Travis, of a guy like Craig Powers, mastering a bait. And I think that's a good open topic discussion, right? We talk about a lot of baits, but I challenge everybody to go out one day with one bait and commit to it and really get to know it. No other distractions. You got to live and die by it. Of course, if you're throwing a popper, make sure it's the right season. Post spawn would be a great time to be throwing a popper. Just live and die by it. Pick your favorite one, pick one color, stick with it, get to know it, dial in your rod and reel selection. If you're going to fish for next plastic, pick a time where it might be a cold front. Stick with one bait, get to know the details of it, and get it. That's how you get confident in a bait. Not by having 70 different choices, but figuring out one thing, learning it, and doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bailey, I've tried the Crazy Ace. I got a few. It's in my box. I've caught a few on it. It's a cool bait. So that'll go right back up there on the wall of fame, bro. Right there.
Yes,
oh,
yes.
Yeah. Wall of fame. What else you want to talk about, Trav?
Well, I'm excited to have custom crankbait painter talking to us on Tuesday.
Me too, man. That guy's dynamite. He's awesome. He can paint it.
Damn. No,
and for those of you guys that missed it, man, my man sent me some gems for sure, man. Tacklecraft can paint, and one of my favorite colorways that he was able to duplicate was the Ozark Shad. So he's going to come on and talk to us about how he does it. I'm stoked. I didn't
get good clarification in the comments as far as how we want this show to be structured moving forward.
That's Tacklecraft.
Eric?
What do you mean? I just want to show this. Go ahead.
What I mean is, we talked tackle one night.
Whoa, wait a minute. Joshua Herding. Marty Burns, man. That's another bait maker that probably has one of the cleanest. So you tell me, Joshua, did Tacklecraft paint these for Marty Burns? Not many people know about Marty Burns, man. I got to know. So that's a Marty Burns crankbait. I want to know. I'm gonna have to ask TK if he painted these for Marty Burns, man. There's 3 of his little flat sides, man. Little gems. He makes a clean bait, dude. Dang. That's Big M. They call him the Big M, Travis.
You're the Big M. You're the Big M.
Marty Burns. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Tacklecraft is on, man. Marty Burns does. Hey, dude, Tacklecraft, do you still paint for him? Is he making baits? It's impossible to find.
Ray asked, do we like red as a tail feather? I have some red. I just stick with bone. for a feather in the back, but I will put a red hook most of the time on the front of my poppers, especially if I'm like in a tournament setting.
Well, what about a red hook on the back feather?
No.
Or one red. Oh, I love it. Why not?
Eric, listen to me.
I really got to watch the comments here. Go ahead, you talk.
This might be in my head. I really like a feather on the back of a popper, but I want them to bite that bait head first and get that front hook in their mouth.
Of course, it wouldn't.
And so that's why I choose a red hook in the front. Mm-hmm. I'm all mixed up. I mean, I don't know. Because that feather gives them a little attraction, but I think that red hook lets them zone in on that too. So it's
I'm really particular about my feathers, man. You got to get like premium chicken feathers, man, that are really like, I mean, the guys that
organic chicken feathers from what?
Dude, I'm kidding?
Are you
now? You know I'm a tie flyer. Don't try to get in my fly tying game, dude. Furred feathers is my deal, man. I tied flies for a decade, and you could get some really crappy feathers if you get chicken.
I don't know,
feathers.
Eric. I could
know what I'm talking about.
I could tie a popper and put a Canada goose feather on it and catch a fish.
Maybe if they're biting hard and Smalley heaven where they'll eat a freaking pencil, dude. Smallies are about as dumb as stripers, and you and I both know that's true. They're so aggressive.
Fish are turning against me then.
That's not my jam, dude.
Well,
I'm not interested.
Hey, one catch. Hey, listen, I wrote this down. A previous question like 2 hours ago. I have to talk about it. Can I talk about it?
Yeah, I'm just reading comments now.
Okay, good. And I can't even read what I wrote. Someone says, how do you approach the first time ever on a big lake like Lake Erie or Lake Ontario? What do you look for? What's the first thing? And so I'd love to answer because it's a whole nother show. But the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to highlight areas on the map, which depend on the time of year. So let's just talk July, August, September. Post-spawn, most of the fish, 80% of the fish are offshore. I'm going to highlight areas on the map that look fishy to me. Break lines, humps, underwater points, islands, bluff walls. I'm going to go on Google Maps. I'm going to look at satellite imagery. I'm going to see what the shoreline looks like, what the contour lines look like. I'm going to find any steep break. And then I just idle around for hours until I mark them on the graph. That's how I approach Erie, Ontario, Superior, any of the Great Lakes. It's all it is idling until you find them. Don't fish until you see the fish on the graph if you're going to choose to fish deep. And just idle around places that look good. That's all you got to do.
Are you talking about smallmouth fishing now?
Yes, that was the question.
Gotcha.
All right, back to you, Eric.
No. I figured, man. Yeah. Tackle craft. Show Josh that other bait I sent you. Oh yeah, here you go. Dude, this is what I'm talking about. This is Marty's E1. Is that Tackle craft? Let me know. I'm almost certain that's what you're talking about. That's a Marty Burns bait, TK. Holy smokes! That's the one I threw with Travis up on the St. Lawrence, man.
I thought that looked good.
In that copper color, dude, and caught the big smallie of the day. This thing is legit.
That was a tough day. We had a hard time catching fish. Was that by that bridge? Yes, tough bite.
And then I went to cranking.
I'm just joking. Wow,
I'm up.
Guys might want to see a show on how you tie feather trebles, Eric.
All right, I'm going to go get 2 feathers, and I'm going to show people what I'm talking about, because action does matter for sure. Maybe not on smallmouth lakes you fish, but where I fish, where the bite's a little tougher, for sure. Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt.
You guys ever fish in KS, Kansas? No. I have not, casual bass guy. If KS is Kansas.
Popper guys in the know only tie with chicken feathers, man. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. But this little chicken feather, this is a chicken feather that I like. And I don't know, I don't got a source for them anymore, so I'm running low. But anyway, so I like to tie my little popper feathers, and I tie them so they splay out. So I'll have like 3 feathers, and I want this curl on one side to go that way, and I want the curl on the other side to splay out. So when I pop it, they're coming together, and then when I stop it, they go, pwing, secondary action. Travis Manson, boom. We talked about secondary. These anglers online know what I'm talking about. We saw it with Z-Baits last night. You can have secondary action. And look, I'm not saying they won't bite a popper that has some shitty feathers on it that are tied in correctly in China, Look, they're going to eat it too, for sure. But when the bite is tough, when you're slowing your popper retrieve down, when it comes time to dead stick that popper for a second in a hole of grass, you want something like a chicken feather that has secondary action. I promise you. That's all I'm going to say. We can debate it all day long, man. Well, I don't think you do. But now you might, because you know what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Sound off, everybody. Does secondary action matter? I believe it does. I'll show you one of my little chicken feather tied things that I'm talking about. And it didn't make the cut because I didn't like how this one feather was laying down. But I can correct it. So I'll throw this on my smaller size Ricos, but the splay I'm trying to get is like this. And, you know, when you're tying feather, it's really hard to get that last little piece of the feather that kind of like sticks into the bird to lay flat on your hook. So I put a little Mylar flash. I think this is a Gami hook. It's a number 6. So I'll throw this on my little small storm
up a
tugboats.
little bit.
Well, all right, I'm trying, man, but I'm trying. See, I got 2 feathers right. You see that? But this third feather, it ain't acting right. And I'm not saying it won't catch fish and I couldn't throw it, but I'm picky, man. I want all 3 feathers splayed out like that on each side. You get me? You feel me?
No.
So you don't understand.
I
you
understand, Eric.
You don't understand because you don't tie. But people that tie understand exactly what I'm talking about. Because I want the feathers to collapse when I'm chugging it forward. And then when the bait stops, I want them to do this. Secondary action. All right. I said my piece.
Uh-huh.
I've gotten so many bites where the popper's sitting still, and then I go to pop it one more time, or like, you know, and boom.
Hey,
it's happening.
Eric, do we want to go another 15 minutes so we can do our midnight record? Might as well.
I mean, we might as well, right?
Yeah. We still got 300 viewers, so.
I mean, that's decent, right? That's
guys,
decent.
let me know in the comments where you guys are all from. That'd be cool.
That is cool. I love when they sound off like that.
If we have 300 people watching, we should have 300 comments.
Right.
And we should have 300 of you guys buying a smallmouth crush hat tonight.
I found a...
Is that a good plug? No?
Yeah,
Eric,
man, I'm having a hard...
Eric, help me out.
What?
Nothing. What is that visor you're wearing? What's that logo? Is that
you don't...
fly tying, like a fly company?
It's a trout.
Yeah,
come on. I know you know it.
Panta. Is that the one?
Patagonia.
Yeah, Patagonia.
Look at that, man. Conroe, Texas. Wichita, Kansas. New Hampshire, Northern Illinois. Whoa, that's awesome.
Maine, Champlain,
Oshkosh,
Conroe, Oshkosh,
Kentucky, Tennessee, upstate.
I can't keep up anymore.
Johnny Ingram knows about good feathers. Dude, Johnny Ingram, if you're online, man.
Rhode Island.
One of the top waters you didn't mention, man, was the Zell
Monroe,
Rolling Pop, man.
Massachusetts.
Johnny and I had
Michigan,
an amazing day.
Indiana.
Man, that was awesome.
Michigan, Ann Arbor.
Wisconsin. New
Delaware.
Hampshire. Minnesota. Patagonia.
Lehigh.
Ontario. Nepal.
Anyone from out of the... besides Canada?
And China.
China.
Right by St. Clair.
Nice.
South Line, Michigan. Candlewood. Ulster County, New York.
Wuhan, China.
Yeah, man. Man, I'm pretty stoked about this spinnerbait and this skirt. So I've been looking for a white perchy kind of skirt for a while.
Z baits. Come on, bro.
Dude, man. I'm stoked. Anybody throw like the 3-bladed spinnerbaits a lot? We'll talk about this when it comes time.
California in the house, dude. Northern California. Hold on. Ralph, what bodies of water do you fish in Northern California?
Tom Zellpop. Yeah, me too.
And have you ever been to the Redwood Forest? I mean, when I think of Cali, dude, that's where I would want to go.
Dude, that
Northern
is
Cali. Check that. I've never been there. I've never been to Washington or Oregon, that whole area. Never been up there. Have you?
Yeah, Landon. No. Yes.
Oh,
I've been to California. Yep.
No, Northern. Oregon.
No,
Washington.
Yes, I've been to Oregon, but I've not been to Washington.
Did you go outside the city? Did you check things out?
So I've been like California, San Francisco,
Right.
Went up to PCH. Went to the John Muir Forest. I don't think there were any redwoods in there. I've never seen the redwoods. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Getting fish, 4 blades. Yeah, man. No question.
Buffalo,
Yeah,
New York.
Z Bait, man. Yeah, Dave's Tournament Tackle. I mentioned him the other day, man. He has an amazing selection of local colors, too, for skirts. So for anybody looking like in our area, Maryland, PA, Dave's Tournament Tackle. No question about it.
Shadow Bassin goes on back, so he must have left. Did we miss any
Gotcha.
epic fish fights? No, it was pretty calm tonight, guys.
It was very calm.
Yeah.
Very calm.
It's been 2 nights in a row now.
Yeah, I know. It's been good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sequoia National Park is amazing. That's pretty cool,
man.
I bet. Yeah, redwood, man. That guy from Catching Concepts uses redwood in his crankbaits.
Really?
Yeah. Gene, we're definitely coming out to Cali, man. We want to fish the Delta and Clear Lake. Faux sure.
But, dude, that's like I'm guessing that could be 8 hours away, drive.
I know.
You know what I mean? California's a big state, dude.
I know.
That's like when you get to the border of Texas and you're going to like Lake Amistad, and you still got 20 more hours to drive in. It feels like.
Oh yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. St. Lawrence. Yeah, I'd rather just go to St. Lawrence. I wish I could be up there by Will right now.
Hmm. Oh, no doubt, man. Right.
Mm-hmm. I wish you could come with me. You could.
I know.
Eric's busy at work, but he's just scared. That's
Travis, you should go. You should go fly out to California and do like a collab with Matt Allen.
know.
Hire him. Why don't you hire him? That would be sneaky. Hi, my name is Chris Flay. Oh no, that's a viewer. Sorry. My name is. You should go out there, man. That'd be awesome. Clear Lake is 3 hours. Delta 1 hour. Foothills Lakes are 2 hours. Wow, man. Hey,
3 hours.
Travis, if you're going to fish for on Lake Michigan from shore, what do you key on?
The only time I ever fished Lake Michigan from shore, I was young. It was a state park in Door County on the Lake Michigan side, probably by Bailey's Harbor. So they have piers, long piers, if it's a public pier, even the breakwalls. That's what I would be doing. I would be
like
fishing from
smallmouth?
Yeah, I'd be fishing from the breakwalls. I mean, Eric, some of these are a quarter mile long. You know what I mean?
Holy
like
crap,
a rock
man.
jetty going all the way out.
Yeah.
Those smallmouth are all in those harbors. So I would drop shot all day long. I would just drop shot everywhere in there. Right. I mean, you can cover a lot of water. You're on foot. You can just walk, cast, shake it, walk, cast, walk that whole breakwall. I don't care, dude. Two Rivers, Manitowoc, Port Washington.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Any of those areas.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Who knows what this is?
I'm scared to know.
Anybody know what this is?
Looks like some Chinese puzzle.
It's not.
Oh.
Very handy. It ties into a show idea I had. We're going to put crayfish traps out, trap crayfish, and do jig skirts in the color. This is a jig skirt maker. Cheap. Pretty cool, right? You put your band on when it's closed, and then those 3 little legs in there, and then you open that up, and then you put your skirt material through, and then you close it, and you got a skirt. Look how small that is, man. You can carry some custom skirts in your truck, make them on the water. How about that?
Josh, I have fished, right before I moved, I did fish the BFLs, just Lake Winnebago BFLs back home. So
I got this from a place, I think it's in London, Lure Factors, because I was hunting for a skirt color, once again, that they don't make anymore and I cannot find. And I found it in England. And they threw this in free with my order. I ordered skirts from England. And they're in this drawer. Dare I show it? I'll show you a little. I'll give you a little taste tonight. See that color? And if you can guess the color blade I'm throwing on this skirt and when I'm throwing it, you, in my book, are a master angler. Enough said.
Yeah.
That's a teaser. That's a teaser for the spinnerbait show. Yeah, you can still get these. I think you don't have to go to London to get it. A lot of places sell it. I've seen this jigsaw tool at different lure parts online and other places, guys.
David Brown goes hitting the lake this week. Clearwater, best 110 plus color. Go Smallies, Pro Blue. I'm sorry,
I'm not even a Smalley guy, and I'd say Pro Blue.
Or if there's perch, I like the perch color.
Yeah.
I mean that perch Megabass 110, 110 plus regular, 110 plus deep.
Oh,
I'm
Tom,
a perch guy.
Tom's the master angler. Woo! Oh yeah. Damn.
What happened?
He just knows what's up. Tom, don't say anything else. Don't say anything else. I like quizzes like that. That's cool. Oh, TK has this bass trivia game. We should have a show where we ask bass trivia questions and there might be a prize or something.
I
think it'd be fun.
I would be.
For the fans, not you.
I don't know. I'd win. I know a few things, Eric, believe it or not.
I know you do, man. You got some tricks up your sleeve. You finally revealed a couple tonight, man. It took you how many shows?
You think so?
Yeah, man. You got deep tonight, man. I like it when you start popping stuff out like that. That's good. Yeah, Joshua Herding, man. There's some other people that know what's up. Man, there's some old schoolers out there that are answering this one. That's awesome. Yeah. Hey, Travis, when the smallmouth are done spawning but haven't made it out deep yet, what do you throw for them?
When they're done spawning. And
so post-spawn.
We have to stop the misconception that smallies are always deep. They're not, guys. Smallies are in 2 feet of water July, August, and September in the northern part of the country. So I don't go deep until I know that like I said, 70-80% of the big schools that you're going to find are going to be offshore and deep. But you can't count out that 30% because they're easy to find. There's always going to be fish shallow.
Naked Bait Company from Jamie Newton for you guys looking for a domestic company. Naked Bait Company for the skirt expander.
So what was the question, Eric?
Post-spawn smallie. They haven't made it deep.
What would you throw?
What would you throw? Where do you look?
I would throw a Get Bit Baits tube in dark melon, 2 3/4.
Cool.
Yeah.
What size head?
Depends on how deep, but I'm going to be 10 foot or less.
Okay.
I'm a 3/8 guy. I'm a 3/8 guy. I like to feel where that tube is, and I like to stir up the bottom, and I like to get hung up.
I gotcha.
You know?
Tacklecraft. I don't have a Waken Bacon spinnerbait. What the heck is it, man? Yeah, I got some of the Ohio River spinnerbaits if I know what you're talking about. Yep. The little ones. Who makes that, man? I probably got one hanging up right here. I do. This is a little Ohio River special.
Do we ever use feather trebles on wake baits? Yes.
Sure.
I told you guys I lied. Remember a couple nights ago they talked about if I ever threw a wake bait?
Yeah.
And I do. But I wasn't thinking properly. Are
we surprised?
Should I show it?
Of course.
I'll show another time. I'll show another time.
Okay, you'll do it on the wake bait show.
For smallmouth. And I do throw a feathered treble on that.
What was that other one that Mac Pangreg sent me, man? There was this like waking spinnerbait that had like a metal arm coming off. It was called the Gurgler. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, no. Man, what was it called? Ponds. The Ponds. Oh, man, what the heck, man? The Ponds. P-O-N-S. Yeah. Tim Poe, that's it, Bailey guy. Okay, Tim Poe. Yep. Wake and a spinnerbait.
So we're 1 minute away, Eric.
We're doing it, man. We're doing it. Yeah. Lucky Craft made a good 1.5 wake. That's pretty good.
can we stop talking real quick and focus on stop talking fishing baits and let's figure
The
this
show,
out.
the show schedule. Sure. You need to get Alex Rudd on like ASAP.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. There's
Yeah.
so many, dude. There's so many.
No. I'm only talking about one thing. I know you know what I'm saying when you get Alex Rudd on.
I was gonna get the owner of Monster Bass on too.
Yeah, but how many followers does he have on YouTube? The owner. I don't think he has a channel. Unless it's called Monster Bass. And you wear the Monster Bass shirt. I'm talking about Alex Rudd that has like how many followers?
We gotta get Ben on too.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
right, one at a time. Don't make it a don't do it all at once. Spread it out.
So Tuesday's Tackle Craft. I can't wait to see his. You guys are gonna learn a lot about crankbaits and listen. You guys know I'm very. What's the word? I like to keep things simple, right, Eric? So if it's a red crankbait deal, it's a Demon or a Red Craw, right? However, don't get me wrong. If I wanted to spend the money and I felt that would make a big difference, and you're fishing a crowd of people and you wanted to show those fish a bait, because think about Demon, how good it is, but everybody's probably throwing a Demon. On the Chesapeake they are.
There are DT colors that are like, they don't make iconic colors in some of the DTs.
Sure.
Sorry.
I'm saying Tacklecraft can paint something that's close to it, but slightly different, that might give those fish a different look, which would come into play. So I'm so interested in hearing about that.
100%.
But custom color crankbaits, it's not for everybody. But
I think it is for a lot of your viewers.
It could be.
It is, buddy.
He does great work. I'm telling you, he does great work, Eric. I'm not dissing the fact. I'm just saying that I'm looking forward to the show because.
Hey, listen, if you guys are watching and you're not into custom color crankbaits, go watch something else that night. Go watch Ozark. But if you're into custom color crankbaits and you want to understand why a custom color for your body of water. All right, I got an example for you, okay? So like on Carr Lake in the spring, right? The craws are a very specific color. And Rapala doesn't make the color. Not anything close to it. So if I'm there, I'm getting TK to paint me some very specific colors.
Yes. Dude, I'm in. I'm not...
And I'm just saying, I mean, it matters.
Here's what I like about it. When you have a bunch of shitty-ass colored crankbaits that you have no confidence in, and you have a color scheme that you want to get painted up, and you don't want to just waste those baits, you send them to Tacklecraft.
Yeah, man, I'm doing I got a matrix thing going on.
You're fine now. That was
cool. That was cool.
That was 40 seconds ago. You're good now.
Yeah. Smash. Right on. Like, I would love, I've had a lot of success putting metallics on my craws.
Mm-hmm.
Just with my nail polish.
Yeah.
And, getting like a dozen painted the way I want it from TK. That's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah, man. Z-Bait. Custom color is check mark needed. Match the hatch.
Well, guess what? We're bringing it to you.
Color.
Tuesday night. Now, my point, Eric.
Man. Try to reach Travis, everybody out there. Just talk some sense in this guy.
Eric, you don't have to talk sense. I'm already in. I'm just... Jeez. Maybe I couldn't get my point across efficiently.
It's late. It's 12:03. I feel you, man.
But
I'm starting to stutter a little bit too, man.
Before we get off this, we need to figure this out. Okay?
You mean like tonight?
Yeah, right now. And with the viewers' help. Do we go live tomorrow night?
So where's your book? So, okay, here's how we're going to figure this out because we have this revolving conversation about the show. That is not the tool you need to figure it out. That's just notepads for ideas.
MB video, buy tackle.
Time out.
8.5
Who
shoes
out there?
or 9. Inline. Okay,
Travis, I'm gonna lay it down on you, man.
Yes.
So you got a nice studio set up, right? You got your tackle organized, your boats coming in, you got momentum on the show right now, right? You got viewers that are hanging out. We've set records recently, right? This is all good. You need to look at your year. and you need a whiteboard with months.
I love whiteboards.
And you need to, yes, you do.
I used to
and
sell.
so I want you, I don't care what you used to sell. We're talking about Smallmouth Crush, the show schedule tonight. We're going to end this conversation. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a mask on. You're going to go to Office Depot and you're going to go to a whiteboard. Or you're going to get a spreadsheet. I don't really care what you do. Do you know how to work Excel?
Yes.
All right. You could just download a calendar. Dude, do it on a day timer. Get a big piece of paper and literally just like map it out.
Okay.
We're in April. You've got May. You've got June, July, August, September, October, November, December. You know where you're supposed to be going to guide, right? So you're going to have to work around that schedule. You're talking about committing to 3 days a week, or you're talking about X until the quarantine ends. So just map the show schedule out. 3 shows a week. You're going to have an open mic night, right? Open topic. You're going to have what? Open topic.
Open topic where we go off topic. We just talk about, or we have a random like.
Well, that's pretty much everything.
Like a Dirty Steve would come on during open night, okay? Or
right.
where we talk to our super chat people that support the channel.
But that takes a little more organization, so we might have to think that one through. So that could be a future plan, right? But now people want to hear about technique-specific stuff that maps to the time of year we're in, right? For most places in the South, we're kind of emerging into the spawn.
Yeah, real
right
shot
here,
code, real shot code, real shot code.
Okay, now you're just talking like Rain Man.
Real shot code. Need to get that fixed.
Okay. Yeah, true. Right, exactly. So you need a list of like to-dos, then you got to have your months, and you got to have your rotating schedule each week, right? Open topic, maybe Dirty Steve, right? Technique specific. Let's map it to the time of year we're in, right? And then you can have like an industry icon on or somebody like that, right?
Yes.
Lure makers, right? Custom painters, monster bass guy.
Okay.
Alex Rudd.
All right.
Seth Fighter, right?
All right.
So then you got to think about when you get Seth Fighter on, what are you going to talk to him about? Yeah. You got to have some kind of direction show schedule. You know, maybe his journey to becoming a pro bass angler. I think people, hey, Seth, how'd you make it in? You know, they want to hear that story, right? And maybe you weave some stories along the way, right?
Okay. So.
Are you feeling me? So what's your job tomorrow?
So,
get a calendar.
Yeah, so Tuesday nights are going to be bait and tackle talk.
Right.
Okay? Can you commit to a Thursday night, Eric?
Yeah. What else am I doing? There's nowhere else to go, bro. I feel like I'm like, you know, an officer and a bass gentleman. It's like, you know, I got nothing else to do.
I don't like hearing that. I don't like that you're conforming to that, like this is the new normal. Okay?
I'm not.
They will take advantage of this thought.
Okay.
This is not normal. We're not in this, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Tuesday's Tackle Talk.
Tackle Talk Tuesday?
Thursday is bait companies. Someone that makes a bait, I want to hear about their product line.
Right on.
And I'm going to seek out people I've probably never heard of. And you guys in the comments, let us know. I'm going to reach out to these people. Because
that's awesome.
Even if I might never throw a bait, I might learn something. I learned a lot from Jamie. I learned a lot from Hunter last night. I love that. Yeah. I learned a lot from Ryan. Like, I love that aspect as well. Okay?
Yeah, man. I do too, bro.
And then we'll do open topic. I need to know when open topic should be. Should it be, if we have a Tuesday and Thursday show, should open topic be Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday night? That's what I need to know, Eric. And people who are still watching, let us know in the comments, please.
Right.
Eric?
I'm waiting for the people to sound off. You know, I don't know if...
what day do you think it would be best? Friday, Saturday, or Sunday night?
Well, today is Saturday.
No, we have a Tuesday and a Thursday show already.
So Saturday. Saturday.
A Saturday?
Yeah, just space it out once every 2 days. 3 days a week. Kinda. It's almost every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And then you got a space in there.
Right. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Like Saturday, 2 weeks from now, I might want to do another auction. That's open topic.
Okay.
Okay.
And have fun, man. I'll tune in.
Yeah.
I might troll you.
That's fine. Everybody's saying Friday. See, I was thinking the same thing. I think we go Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
guys,
Saturday.
once it does get back to normal, I'll be once a week. I can't fish all day and do this all night. Like, I'm talking about in the next foreseeable future. Sunday, Saturday, so everybody's... See, open topic Saturday would be like you're sitting at the bar with your buddies just talking shit. I guess we'll go with that. Eric, what do you think? Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday?
Darlene, Balla, Aka, Eric. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Save the rollerblade talk for Saturdays. Perfect. And,
Nice.
and that gives you guys a choice, because I know not everybody tuning in likes to hear about bait companies or, I mean, I honestly, I got some feedback in the last couple nights, literally a lot of feedback. And it was either, hey, I love talking baits or tackle from a manufacturer, or I hate it, get back to how to throw a swim jig. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to please everybody. And so I think with these 3 different options, there's going to be guys that just want to tune into all 3. And there's going to be guys that, like tackle talk. Or there's going to be guys, I want to hear about the newest, latest, greatest baits that are on the market. And
so Z-Bait said, why not Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Because I heard a lot of comments that said, so he said Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? People come through the weekend. They're geared up for their week. Their week is started at work. They get a vid. Then they get a Wednesday vid. And then they get a Friday vid. And then if they are fishing a tournament on Saturday, they're not gassed and they can watch the show live. Or they can learn something for their Saturday derby.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Waypoint Wednesday. Nice. Fruit booting.
All right.
Yeah, Tom Mix. I mean, he's got a point, right?
Yeah, I apologize, guys. I spent a lot of money too. You know what I mean? Like, you're not the only one. I dropped some cash this week on some.
No
baits,
question,
so.
man. Heck yeah. I haven't bought anything.
Yeah.
How weird is that?
Can you believe Ryan doesn't even give me a free baits?
How weird is that?
You want to talk about that?
I mean, come on, bro. I think it might get heated again.
Next time he's on, we'll talk about that.
I mean, I sent him a free chair, dude.
Yeah.
And no, you didn't send me any money.
Not yet.
I'm keeping a tally. It's getting big.
Mm-hmm.
I like how this is how you avoid it. You go, yeah, man. Orders are rolling in. Jamie just said, keep it easy to remember. Just was my thought. That's right. Fish off coming.
No.
Not with me. Will not happen. Not interested. Doesn't turn me on. Travis will say, you got to crack your brain open, man. Just get on the front of the bait. Do it. I don't want to. Not interested. That'd be like my tournament partner going, hey, let's do a fish off and see if I can kick your ass. I'm your teammate.
That's right.
What sense does that make? For me. Go kick somebody else's ass. I'm cheering you on, bro, Haas. Right?
Yeah, how about breaking down a lake one night using Google Earth and avionics? That would be very cool. But the problem with that, there's so many different people from all over the country. It's actually funny. Like, I would love to do that and have somebody from that area. Like, let's pick some lake in Missouri, and I break it down. They'd be like, you're way the fuck off. You know what I
mean? That would be a challenge assignment.
Right.
So, like, Travis is going to fish a tournament at Lake whatever, and then he runs through his program. And this is the time of year he's done. That's a lot of work for you to do for a show, but, I mean, that's up to you, man. I couldn't really contribute much. I just be the moderator and ask the questions.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Navionics, he can't do with Navionics again.
It's 12:15, Brohim. What the heck?
I know, man. What happened?
I wish drives to Lake Ontario would go this fast.
Isn't it true?
Oh my god.
Well, you know why they don't? Because I know what you're listening to.
Oh.
Here, guys, this is Travis. So I'll call Travis. Travis goes, I got 10 hours of driving. All right, I'll give you a call. This is Travis ringing his phone.
Hello?
Hello? No.
Let's pretend. I'll answer you. Let's say I'm driving Ontario and you're ringing. Let's practice.
I'm going to tell you.
No. Let's practice first.
I have to do an imitation of how you. No, you never answer the phone that way. You go like this. This is how Travis goes.
Yeah.
Hello? That's exactly what I get. Every single time I call you when you're driving somewhere from a tournament.
Hello?
To a tournament or from a tournament.
Hello?
What are you doing, man?
Nothing.
I don't know.
Nothing.
Nothing. What's up, man? It's like pulling blood out of a rock to get you to talk. Why is that?
Because I'm listening to stuff that's going to help me survive in this world, Eric.
So there we are again. And now you know why your trips last so long. So, by the way, enjoy your trips. I won't call you. Off limits. Just let me know your travel schedule. And guess what? I ain't calling.
I talk
if you
to you
want
sometimes.
No, I know you do. I get him to talk, guys. To be fair, he does talk. But more often than not, it's like, hello, I'm interrupting you. That's what it is. I've interrupted
I'm into my podcast, dude. I'm into, listening to something.
I know.
Uh-huh.
I know. That's funny.
Listen, guys, I want to thank everybody who's donated to the PayPal tonight. We got a bunch of donations in. We got a bunch of clothes to send out tomorrow, so that's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Hey, do you want to tell them about a surprise you got coming, man?
If I can think what it is.
I know what it is.
A surprise that's coming.
And it ain't that jig I keep showing.
You got to give me a clue.
All right, I'll only show it to you. How do I do that? I'll send you a text. How's that? I'll reply to your text.
All right.
Yo. All right, I just texted you. With the thing you just sent me today.
Oh.
That.
That's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I mean, build it up.
Not yet. Too soon.
All right, too soon, guys. Sorry. You'll just have to wait.
12:17. Guys, it was awesome.
12:17, it's time. I'm going to go build some skirts. I'm
going to go to bed.
I know, me too, man. I'm going to go actually watch some TV.
I don't want to do after hours after either.
No, we're not doing that. We're hanging up. As soon as you hang up, I'm clicking the button, man.
Fair enough. Dude, it's not you,
So,
it's me.
No, it's me, man. I'm out. I always want to go watch TV. All we do is look at each other and don't say anything anyway while we answer Instagram. No reason for that tonight.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much, man.
Although last night, after the show last night with Hunter,
yeah, we did talk
stayed on for a while, but I wanted to leave right away. I don't know if you could tell. I was toast, dude, last night.
You were toasted, man. Yeah, I was catching up to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry. All right, guys. Hey, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I know if you're still watching this at midnight, you've already subscribers and fans of the channel, so why do I even put that part in there? Until next time, we'll see you on the water.